I want you and that young man to tie that knot. I'm gonna pray for you. And I want you to hold on to God's unchanging hand, because he helped Joshua fight the battle of Jericho. Yes.
It's the old
He helped Daniel get out the lion's den. He helped Gilligan get off the island.
Let me get straight to the business. Yeah. Got them lions in the building. Yeah. Why you lying to the children? Yeah. Why you lying to the children? Yeah. RIGHTEOUS. Man, you know I've been to bed. Man, they know contest. Yahuwah, he do the best. We will not see you tomorrow. Cause you cannot go to Thora. All the sons and all the daughters. Standing all with big manotas. But my son, he made me Taurus. On that line, I'm still a Taurus. Karate kicking Chuck Norris, 4-5 on my waist. If he started, will not hesitate to get retarded. Oh lordy, he ain't got a PowerPoint, he farted. He running to the hills like a Philistine. G-Hawk hitting Hamites with the guillotine. Situation turned up with the ratchet team. JJ 7000 to the bait lead. Yeah, I know them haters gon' hate me, but he won't debate me. Pistol off safety. He respond, come wake me. If I don't get up, nigga shake me. Really give me up. If he don't show up, then he fake G. I touch down and make these nigga nuts hate me. Dear brother. Ballin' and crawling all the way from H-Time. Let me get straight to the business. Man, them lions in the building. Why you lying to them children? Why you lying to them children? You gon' cry, you gon' get it. Me, I'm like a frog, nigga, ribbit. Of course, it's in the spirit. I just got the Porsche, she can steer it. Michael got the Rorschach and Willie. Lamborghini doors, you better not spill it. Mama's high, say I'm more than just a villain. Mama's cry, armed open wide for her children. Suicide, immortalized as the realest, yeah. Death by cop, black suicide. Let me get straight to the business. Got them lions in the building. Why you lying to them children? Yeah. Why you lying to them children? Yeah. RIGHTEOUS. Man, you know I've been there. Yeah. Man, they know contest. Yeah. Yahuwah, he do the best. Wow, what's that? Why didn't take it over? Number one debate league, you heard me? When it's up, it's stuck. I'm stepping on everything, nigga. Metaphorically, of course.
Hey. You see who out to play. Hey, man, say, man, you in the building, the place to be, the goddamn Lion's Den. Shout out Aunt Karima. Shout out Uncle Mandinka. It is going down, man. Shout out to Uncle Black Jesus, too, man. In the cut, nigga nut. All right, man, it is going down, man. This is the preliminary. We got the OG, Mandinka Mali in the building. We got the also other OG, Misery, in the goddamn building. The title of the debate, matter of fact, let me get both of these brothers to introduce yourselves. How y'all doing today, brothers?
All right. Go ahead, Vega.
Doing good, man. Doing good. Just got off work. You know what it is.
All right. Go ahead, Misery. Go ahead, Mandinka.
All right, man. My name is Mandinka Mali, a.k.a. JJ 7000, the most feared debater on this goddamn planet. Sit your ass down. I know you can't stand it. You hear me? I can beat them all. Be polite. I beat Tazari out in the likes of the Judaizers and the Pars and the goddamn Sebastians. the TKOs and the goddamn Chief X's and the list is long, y'all. I'm up the back once again, man. I got another guy in front of me, and he's just gonna end up like a goddamn another pelt on the wall. You hear me? Getting in front of me with this nonsense. Go ahead, Jose Vega. Tell everybody what you bringing to the goddamn table, man. It's all in love, family. Go ahead.
Hey, let me say this real quick. The title of the debate is: Are the Native Americans Shem or Japheth? Saturday, 8 p.m., 3 15-minute rounds. Then 6 questions apiece. Y'all get a minute to answer, and it's going down. You there, Misery? All right, Misery. Hey, Misery, your mic muted. I'm gonna go to JJ real quick. Hey,
Yeah.
JJ, can you give us a little can you give us some just get a people a sample of what we're gonna get Saturday, and then I'll ask Misery next.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm coming into this battle, ladies and gentlemen, as with my research, I've come to the conclusion that the Native Americans will descend more from Japhet, from Asians. I had never heard that Native Americans descend from Shem. I mean, that's kind of new to me. I like to explore that topic, and hopefully this will be a real respectful debate. Jose Vega and I have been knowing each other over the years. We clashed a couple times over the years, but I think as we got older, I think we'd be more prepared to do this debate. I know this is not part of the debate, but Jose Vega also feel that that Israel is over in America. That's for another debate topic. But like I say, through my research, I would say that Native Americans descend from Siberians, from the land bridge, and they came over from that. So it's kind of hard to. Are we bringing genetics in this? Are we doing just stick to the biblical narrative? Because this topic could go a couple different directions. So I'd like to know. Like what's Vega's angle? Are we just want to stick to the Bible? Do you want to use science? I don't know how we can even use science with Shem, Ham, and Japhet, to be honest. But I don't know. What you think, bro?
Facts. I think that it would be a bad thing for you to even try to bring up science when bringing up the biblical narrative, because how you just mentioned, because we had this discussion, months ago, and you were saying how they were from Japheth, and then you brought up, the ice bridge, and I even told you, well, the ice bridge goes like what is it, like 8,000 to 12,000 years ago, they claim. Yeah. And that predates the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Right. That predates the Bible. How can they even be Japheth if that you're trying to display has nothing to do with the Bible narrative?
Yeah, so tell everybody, about your research and how you came to the conclusion that the Native Americans are from Shem. I know I'm not supposed to be answering questions. Super Wavy supposed to be asking the questions. So, I'm just so used to hosting, so that's my bad.
Hey, nah, y'all good, man. Hey, this really healthy. You know what I'm saying? It's showing growth.
Yeah. Well, to answer your question, many things. Not only, well, first of all, we'll talk about the Bible. Well, in the Bible, especially, I know a lot of Hebrew Israelites and, Christians, they hold their translations to heart. Meaning, if I was to approach, let's say, a person from ISUPK or One West Camp, they usually take the KJV and they'll tell you that the KJV is the Word of God. A Christian will probably tell you the ESV or the NIV is their authority, right? So what I like to do is, saying, use their book and show them how their book is mentioning things that only exist in the Americas. And this is something that they can't get around. Like, there's plenty of plant life, tree life, animals, insects, uh, just a plethora of things that the Bible speaks of that only exist in the Americas that don't exist in the Eastern Hemisphere. And I think that what Bible believers have a problem proving their biblical narrative in the Eastern Hemisphere is because I don't believe any of that took place over there. This is why, if you take away the Bible, right? If you take away the Bible and you go to the Babylonian history, the Egyptian history, all these people history, they ain't never heard of no damn Israelites. They ain't never heard of no King David. They ain't never heard of no Solomon. These people that came and conquered them. But yet, if you ask a Chinese, a Russian, some Africans, or even some Europeans about some kings going back 1,000, 2,000 years ago, you'll get the knowledge, right? So everybody's been keeping history about who's been conquering who on land invasions, migrations, things of that nature. Why are we hearing about these Israelites over there? What are those nations today that are calling themselves Moabites, Ammonites, Elam, the biblical the biblical nations that the Most High gave them? Why don't we see that over there? But wouldn't it make sense that that stuff could have taken place over here in the Americas? Two whole continents that you have thousands of tribes that basically lost who they were. Many of them, I'm not saying all, but many of them lost who they were and got their lands taken from them and stuff like that. Wouldn't it make sense that, hey, there could have been a tribe of Moabites over here, Ammonites over here, and things of that nature? Now, like I said, back to the point about the Bible mentioning things in the Americas. You know what I'm saying? Like you could go to the book of Joel. It's a perfect example. Joel chapter, I believe, 1 or 2. Where it talks about how the Most High, sent plagues on Israel to eat up their crops, right? And that how he sent the cankerworm and the palmer worm, right? Now, again, for the Bible believers that believe in their KJV, that's what it says, cankerworm, palmer worm. Same thing for the NIV, stuff like that. Now, when you look at that insect, you see that that insect comes from the Americas. They exist in the Americas. So what is the Bible actually telling you? What this plague that the Most High was putting in the land of Israel had to be taking place over here? Noah built a place, Noah built an ark of wood called, Gopher's Wood. Even in the Masoretic text, is gopher, which is still gopher's wood. Now we have pine. Now we all know there's species of trees. We have pine trees, oak trees, cedar trees, all these different type of species of trees. But why is your translation mentioning a tree that only exists in the Americas? So what is your Bible actually telling you that when Noah built the ark, where was he when he built the ark? You know that gopher's tree, the gopher's wood only grows in Florida. That's the only place on the planet that it grows.
So you're saying the Bible says that Noah got his wood from gopher's wood, and over in Florida is the only place that exists. That's new to me, bro. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and there's, like I said, it's like a plethora of things of animal life, plant life. I've done lessons on this years ago, debates on this. I just make beautiful arguments using these people's translations. Even like I said, when you even go to the Masoretic, we could go to the Septuagint. Even the Septuagint will agree with me. Think about this. Even in the New Testament, in the Old Testament, it mentions in Deuteronomy 28, that one of the things that would be taken from your land is corn. Now, again, where is corn come from? There was never any corn in the Eastern Hemisphere until the Eastern Hemisphere bumped into us over here in Mesoamerica.
Mm-hmm.
So, and people will make the argument. Well, they'll try to get into the language, right? They'll be like, "Oh, well, in the language, in the Hebrew language, it means this, right? All right, that's cool, that's fine and dandy." But then rectify that in the New Testament under the Greek. Because under the Greek, it says that Christ walked amongst the cornfields and how the prophets ate of the corn. And when you look at the definitions in the lexicon, that's all it means is corn. Now, in the Old Testament, corn can mean corn, maize, and what was the other word? I forget the other word off the top of my head, but it can mean like three things. But right, corn. But they can't get away from it once you get into the New Testament under the Greek. Now, I just want you to think about this. How did the Greek even come up with the term corn back in those days, back in those times, if they didn't have any dealings with the Americas? This is another thing a lot of people have to ask themselves. This is why I don't believe. I think that that this history that we're being taught is all fake, because according to the Bible, we all had dealings with each other. So when you say like, I've seen you have discussions about Africans being over here in the Americas, and I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? I believe that everybody had dealings with each other. And one of the most beautiful ways of telling that a lot of the Native Americans were Israelites is because the Northern Kingdom, it says that the Most High gave a bill of divorcement because they followed the other nations and their idols, right? Why is it that when you look at many Native American tribes, you'll see them doing many customs from all around the world, building monuments and building buildings that you can find in Indonesia, India, Africa, Europe, the Middle East? Why are they building and doing customs that we see over there on the other side of the world? Right, just like the Bible says, how the Northern Kingdom would do, they would follow the many customs. Now, if you go to China, is China following many customs? No. Name another country around in the Eastern Hemisphere that when you look at these nations of people, that they're out there just practicing other people's cultures. I can show you Native Americans doing Hamite culture. I can show you doing them Shemite culture and all that. That's the whole point of the debate, right? Because that's what we're going to talk about this being the land of Shem.
Right. Yeah, because in the biblical map, it just spread out, and it goes from people going to Africa, and then some going, I think, Europe, and then Asia. So my question is, how or who will be how do they migrate over here? And the Native Americans. I mean, the forefather of this Shemite. When did he come over to the Americas? To start building and creating a civilization. That would be my question for you in the debate. Okay.
Yeah. So like I said, because I think when you asked me last time on Super Wavy's channel, you asked me about Noah, right? And I told you how I don't really take the account of Noah being like literal, that he just represented like salvation, and how Shem, Japheth, and Ham were the survivors of the three major races on the planet, right? Now, we all know that they all got their own territory. So I believe that this is the land of Shem, which is we call the Americas. We would call Africa would be the land of Ham, and what you would call Europe or Eurasia is what you would call the land of Japheth. Because remember, I believe in the book of Jubilees, it says Japheth was given the cold, Ham was given the land of hot, and that the Shemites got the land of that's hot and cold. In the Americas, that's exactly what we have. We have summers, we have winters.
So, yeah, man, it's some new information. I heard people say that, Israel was over here. So where would Egypt be? I mean, I know this ain't got nothing to do with the debate.
Again,
you're not gonna,
like I said, like when it comes to, like I said, I believe that, like I told you, like the Bible is a stolen book from this land. So when you read about names, I really don't really concentrate on names, because when we concentrate on names, we know that people can change things, people can change maps and things of that nature. So like one of my perfect examples of what I'm speaking about is the Euphrates River, right? On the map today, the Euphrates River is located in the Middle East, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But according to the book of Isaiah, it says that the Euphrates River has 7 streams that are attached to it, correct? Now, now when you look at the map today, does the Euphrates River today have 7 streams that are attached to it?
Yeah. On the map? Yeah.
No, it does not. No, it doesn't.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking about the Nile River. My fault. My fault. So you saying which? So what lake were you saying? The Mississippi River, or
No,
what would be the Euphrates in
that would
America?
make more sense. You know what I'm saying? That would make more sense.
Yeah. You know, I
You know
seen
what
an
I'm saying? I
old
know you
map.
probably see,
I seen an old map where they got the Red Sea uh, by California was once an island. And it was like, and then they got the Red Sea splitting that. I
correct,
mean, you seen that?
correct. Yeah,
Okay.
correct. You know what I'm saying? Now when you ask me about why I believe what I believe, right? So I gave you the biblical side of what I see. So, but also of what I've learned through I would say growing up. Now, my father, used to love watching the History Channel, you know what I'm saying? So while I, grew up, I used to always watch the History Channel with my father.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? Um
PBS, History Channel. Yep.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? And then what I found real fascinating is how the History Channel and what's it called this other one, the um
Ancient
ancient
Alien book,
alien.
right there.
Yeah,
Ancient,
like if
yeah, man.
you notice that a lot of times they're talking about when they talk about extraterrestrials and these
Mhm.
things, like majority of the time is over here in the Americas, right? And I found that to be pretty fascinating. But then recently, a couple of years ago, I was watching the History Channel, and that it was this geologist and a couple of linguistics people, whatever, on the video, and they were talking about how the Native Americans over here were Israelites, and
Mm.
showing artifacts and proving how artifacts that people claim that were hoax that were actually true using the latest science and you know, and things of that nature. So I saw, actual linguistics saying this. You have like what's his name, Brian Stubbs. He's a linguistic scholar who says that people from Mesoamerica not only spoke a Shemitic or Hebrew language, but even Egyptian or broken down Egyptian language. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So
Well, how come there's no hieroglyphs like Egyptian type of hieroglyphs that we can see over there? Is that something that they add into history and to confuse us? I'm trying to figure that part out. Or did that even that? Or that don't even really matter? I guess. I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
yeah, like I said, so when the Bible talks about Egypt, Egypt could just be a country over here that was known for having slavery. Even when you look at a lot of native history, we know that they were oppressing each other, especially in Mesoamerica with the Aztecs and the Mayans, oppressing other little little other tribes that were around. So
Well, well. Okay, so we got Ham over here in America and Japhet and Shem. So now,
now, hold
who were
on, no,
the no? No, I'm saying who were the ones that put them in slavery? You know, according to the book, would it be like Negroes or I mean, because like that's the part. Because now you got to show that part. Like, okay, so just
okay,
according to this, yeah, go ahead and get into that.
so I think this is something that I think what's his name, Black Jesus, he even agrees that because I heard him say it that he believes that Negroes are Hamites and that so-called Europeans and Asians are Japites, and I forgot who he said was Shemites, but
The
if you think
Antichrist said,
about because what I told you earlier about this, the Americas being the land of Shem, and how
yeah, yeah,
Japheth
hold up,
is
man.
the Europeans and the Africans is the Hamites, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, according to you say Black Jesus.
Okay. So now,
Yeah, African
so
or
now, so
Hamite.
now
Yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah.
asking me now,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
did?
According to the Bible. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Right.
Okay, so now you and then you just asked me, well, then how did the people of Japheth and the Hamites come over here, and not over that? How did the Negroes become slaves? Right? That's what you
No, no,
basically
no,
asking
no,
me,
no.
right?
The Negroes wouldn't be slaves according. No, because the Native Americans would be Shem in the book, so they will be under slavery, uh, under these Negroes that you said, well, these blacks that you're saying Hamites over here. You see what I'm saying? They would have to be in power. So then we would have to look at them being in power. You know, like where was this black kingdom over here? that ruled, and then and what was the famine, things of that nature.
Yeah.
What was
Oh man, I was gonna say that, Jay. I was gonna ask him. All right, he would have to, I guess, the Egypt. You would have to show the Egypt in America being more advanced, more high tech, more, I guess, pyramids and architectural work and
we
engineering. You would have
we
to
all know
show
that.
that in America first, right?
Yeah, I believe.
Because in the
Silk, we talked
Bible and the biblical narrative, the Israelites went to Egypt because they were starving, right? And they needed
about.
food, and Egypt was already booming and running, right?
But
Biblical
but like
narrative.
I was but like I was telling JJ, I really don't go by like modern names because Egypt is not really a biblical name. What's the real biblical name, JJ, of Egypt?
misery,
There you
misery?
go. You see what I'm saying? So like I said, I usually don't go by modern terms because like I said,
Well,
names change and people try to change names, right? So I really don't, I try to step away from that. Now to say
all right,
that
but
there wasn't,
what about the
but to say that there
architecture
wasn't,
work?
no, but to say
Hold on,
that there,
so let him. He a guest. He a guest today, so we don't want to.
Yeah, my
You know,
bad. Go ahead, Mister.
he a guest, so we don't want to. Act like we jumping him or nothing like that.
No, you good.
I
You
want.
good,
I
brother. Go
want
ahead. You
yeah,
to come
good.
back.
to say that there
Yeah.
wasn't high societies over here would be far fetched because, or even according to science, like you said, there are more step pyramids and pyramids over in the Americas than anywhere on the planet by far, by far.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
know what I'm
I
now,
see
saying?
that.
Aztecs and yeah, old man, all of them had high advanced
And
technology.
this is what I was
But it's
telling
the
this is
language
what I
and
was
the
telling
spirit.
JJ, and this is what I was telling JJ earlier about when I grew up watching the History Channel with my father and watching all of these people talk about this alien civilizations and all this stuff being over here in the Americas a lot of the times. I'm not saying they didn't say that they didn't have that over there in India or anything like that, but they were talking about a lot of extraterrestrial activity over here in the Americas and how a lot of the natives were building their step pyramids to align with many of the constellations and stuff like that. Aztecs, Mayans were known for math and and things of that nature.
So, do you think that there was a cultural exchange between Africa and Mesoamerica? Do you think did trade and commerce back and forth? Or are you one of the ones that say no, that didn't happen to after Columbus? Can we,
Well,
Vega?
yeah. Like I said, yeah, I believe that even in ancient times we were dealing with each other, Shemites, Hamites, and things of that nature. I think it's a big lie that to say that Columbus discovered the Americas. How can you discover something that was here? Like that doesn't make any sense. But and people that were already here, so that don't even make any sense. How can you discover?
Well, see, but I don't understand how we could do this debate if we're not really using the biblical narrative, and you kind of don't you look at it in a different light, because in the because in the debate I'll be like, okay, if the Native Americans are Shem, then you would have to show me where they went into slavery out here, as the Israelites in Egypt, and you have to point to the
Oh,
direction of Egypt and show me this Hamite black dynasty that was here in America, doing it. I mean, that'd be kind of hard to do. So maybe, I
that's
mean,
some
what
good
do you think?
points.
Now
And the battle.
you're saying about going to slavery and stuff like that, right? And I'm guessing you're talking about Deuteronomy 28. Now
No, no,
the
no, no,
Nate,
not that one. No, I'm talking about Moses' story. The Moses story. The Nile, and the Israelites came over. The Shem. Are you saying because you saying the Native Americans are the Israelites? So you
yeah.
have to. Then my
You,
question would
you
be
have
like,
to place all the kings in America.
But like
yeah,
I
Hey,
said,
well,
Hey,
I
Silk,
use
sit
the
back, Silk,
yeah.
sit
So
back.
hold on, we trying to hold on. So we gonna open up the panel. You're trying to set this up. Opening up the
yeah,
link.
I'm
Come on
going
to hold up. People want the link. I mean, yeah, just as long as y'all sit back and let me and Mizzy try to figure it out, y'all can jump on and then
yeah, it's a good
afterwards.
discussion though, fellas. Real
Uh,
good discussion, no cap.
yeah, people as listen watching from other channels, come to type in JJ7000 Lions Den, and it'll bring up Lions Den, and that link is over there. For the people that's watching on Facebook and JJ7K TV. Yeah, and then Kareem just posted the link if you watch from Facebook on Facebook. But yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That'd be kind of hard for me to. It'd be like I'm putting you in a box like that, bro.
Oh look,
You know?
Misery was
Where you want?
responding.
I'm
I had
right here.
cut him off.
I'm sorry, Kareem. What was that?
What you want? I'm right here.
Oh no, I was saying, can you put the link? So people from watching from JJ7K TV, and some people watching from Facebook want to know where the link is so they can jump on. And I said, well, I mean, we are welcome to come on, but let me and Misery try to figure this out. And then after we figure it out, everybody more welcome to elaborate and put their perspectives on the conversation. But yeah, if you can post she posted on in the Facebook. I guess I would have to go on my channel. Oh, just come straight here. Just come over here.
Yeah, it's in the chat here. I posted
in the chat. Piece of I am
on
man. Yeah, AZX777.
Hey, let Misery finish what he was saying.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
No, because you were talking about the account of Moses, right? You know, and there's Israelites that believe that the land of Israel is in Utah, right? And they make very beautiful points about the land of Utah. Because, like I said, when you read the biblical narrative about Moses traveling from Mount Sinai and then how he died on Mount Nebo and how many days it took and things of that nature, it all lines up with Utah. It also, in the land of Utah, the Bible talks about in the land of Israel, there's basically 3 lakes, and there's like 2 lakes that enter a salt lake.
Keep talking, Jose. I got to use the restroom real quick. Keep talking.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you see in the land of Utah. And also, here's a very important point, you know what I'm saying? Because, in the book of Deuteronomy, it talks about how the Most High even cursed the land and with fire and what you call brimstone, or what you call salt or sulfur. Now, in the land of Utah, there's a thing called the Utah salt flats, which the ground is basically just covered in white salt. You know what I'm saying? So everything matches what the people of the Bible wrote what the land looks like. Like I said, I really don't go by maps and what people names of what people go by today. I go by what our ancestors saw and what they wrote about what these things look like, and match it to where it basically aligns to. The Bible talks about tar pits, right? And I believe in Isaiah and even in the Torah, it talks about tar pits. Where do most tar pits exist on the planet? 90% of, it's like 95% of all tar pits exist over here in the Americas. Majority of that is over here in the West Coast of the United States.
California.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's funny because you just said about the Red Sea, right? And how you even saw maps about the Red Sea, right?
Yeah, I seen it the other day. Yeah.
There you go. So what makes more sense?
And that come from like some indigenous Aboriginal followers who put, I seen it on their channel, like put that map out. Hold up real quick, Vega. We're gonna take our time with this, bro. We ain't in a rush to, because this is educational. Yeah, everything with a debate. Get a debate out of this. I'm cool with it. If we don't, I'm cool with that too, man. I just want to put this information out and see where you're coming from and how. And then I'm asking questions like, what about Moses? What about that empire? That black. You got to show that African, that Hamite. Like you say, that Hamite empire ruling, and then the Native Americans coming there. Out of Utah, I guess. To head to wherever the Egypt is located over here. From the famine. Then you have to show me a famine around that time when they went into that land, which is what, 7, okay, so Jacob, when did the famine come? They were around 1450 something, I guess. So then you have to show, I would have to see that. We would have to go some kind of scientific route, because I would have to look up, was there a famine here in 52 BC? You see, that's why this would be a hard kind of thing for you to prove in a debate. I mean, it might be good for good discussion, but
hey, Uncle JJ, let's get one thing clear. All the questions you asking him don't got nothing to do with the debate. So it's
No, we already got the debate set. We already got the debate set.
Hold up, Uncle JJ. Hold up, Uncle JJ.
Yeah.
All the questions you asking him have nothing to do with the debate. Now, he's answering your questions, but when you add at the end, I don't see how you're gonna prove that in the debate. I don't see how you're gonna do that. You understand that we off topic, right?
Okay, let me explain something to you. We're not off topic. Let me tell you why. Because we're talking about Shem, Ham, and Japhet.
You keep bringing up Ham. The debate is about Japheth and Shem, Uncle JJ. You keep bringing up Ham for some reason.
Because
JJ, when you get a chance, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, because he's saying they're Israelites. But I mean, the debate set, bro. I mean, we ain't even got to say nothing else about it.
Yeah, we ain't got it because I don't want it to seem like nobody backing down. We good. We good for Saturday, Uncle JJ.
Yeah. All right, let me. So go ahead. Okay, who just? I can't see. So who? Yeah,
that was Rock. That was Rock.
So wave, you moderate. So go ahead. Wave your moderate.
That was me, JJ Rakufu.
Rakufu. What's up, Rakufu?
What's up, family? Sonetta over there. I see you all the time. You know, I had to come over here and subscribe and support.
Yeah, man.
You already
also subscribe to subscribe to JJ7K TV. The Lions Den. But when you look up Lions Den, there's a bunch of them, so you got to type in JJ7000 and Lions Den, and it'll pop up faster. Other than that, you're gonna be. They got this one chick on that they got a Lions Den channel. She got a lot of people too, so hers will pop up.
Okay, I'll make sure.
Hey, but you know what? She protect men over there. She be talking about the women, like yeah.
Now, JJ, I need your help. I need your help to clarify my questions for the brother, because I know once I tell you, you'll know this is where I'm coming from. Let me say, we're dealing with the three: Ham, Shem, and Japheth, the three children of Noah. That after the flood, everything human is wiped away. These three people progenerate the planet. So Ham is in Africa, Shem is the middle child, and Japheth, according to the Strong's Concordance, is the elder. Ham is the younger. Now, if Ham is the younger, according to biblical teachings, science turns that upside down with DNA, because now Ham, which I know I'm a Kemite, you know that, JJ. We don't believe in the biblical teachings as such, but I need to know, how does he scientifically disprove science and flip it back upside down and make Ham the baby? Go ahead.
Oh man, I mean, we going off the biblical narrative. See, this debate. Come on, but because you gotta look at it. Ham, because like the Egyptians been around for a long time, right?
Okay.
Ham was the progenitor of them, so yeah. I mean, I get all that.
That hurt. Man. I mean, that's like a.
Listen,
it's always been a dagger. I mean, an elephant. It's been an elephant in every, from the Tazariak to everybody ever had. It's never been answered. That's been about 10 years now.
Well, but you go back to Noah then. See.
Yeah, we get that.
Slow it down. Slow it down. Let Misery talk.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let Misery talk, y'all. Go ahead, Misery.
Let's get Misery back in. We already got the debate set. We already got the debate, so this is just be open talk right now, right, Misery? We got the debate.
Yeah, you're right. Because Misery wanted to talk about the Americas. He wanted to. He said they had strong points. So I want to hear the points too.
Be careful. You got an American Indian in here too. So be
careful.
Oh
man, we got Open the Knowledge in here. Okay, I didn't see you, family. Yeah, shout out to Open the Knowledge. Yeah, man, y'all subscribe to his channel as well. Yeah,
the Americans
You got some brothers up here, man. You got the Native American, Open the Knowledge. Now, how do y'all? Are y'all on the same page or
Nah, I'm not Native American, bro.
Oh
no,
damn!
I'm American Indian. It's a difference.
Oh,
I carry Indian. I carry Indian. I carry Indian. Native American is just Native American. They don't have Indian at the end of their name.
Hey, Uncle Remy,
I get it. They really don't have American on there. Neither one of those names are attributed to the indigenous people.
Oh, well, hey, when you use the name Native,
Native, Wavy hosted, so y'all got to listen to him. Hey, hold on, everybody. Whoa, real quick. Wavy is hosting, so everybody listen to him.
I was just gonna say, can you take this off the screen so we can see everybody?
Oh, you know what I want to do? Let me play this 3-minute video real quick. Can I do that? Yeah, let me. Go ahead. Here we go. Can y'all see it? Let me see. Let me unmute it.
Report. And this is where it's all at. So I'm still 82 points Native American, or when you break it down, it's East Asian and Native American. And someone told me, said, well, the East Asian is probably just contributes to.
This is exploring East Asian and Native American connections. So, my angle is if the East Asian, then most of the East Asians, according to the biblical narrative, they would come from Japhet. That would be the angle that I would be going. You know, so I mean, it ain't no hide, no hand, ain't no peekaboo, jump out the closet scholarship. You know, anybody that I have a conversation, debate with, I like to give them, like Jose Vega giving me his information. You know, and I as well. I want to present this because at the end of the day, it's all about learning. That, you know,
True.
Right? Edify the body. Let's keep going.
It's to your Native American.
You know, back in the early days in debates, it was a pissing contest. That's all it was.
Ancestry. But I'm one of the individuals who always felt like, well, I don't feel 100% Native American. You know, I don't feel 100% Ojibwe. And through time, like I can tell, like even by language, like how it has been influenced by the French. Some of our words and all of that has a French, what do you call, dialect to it. So I knew there had to be something in there. And also why I asked you what I look like, when I found out, this is sidetracking, but when I found out that my dad passed away, and
I ain't never seen this. I just pulled it up, but it said exploring East Asian and Native American connection. I want to hear how he connected it, and then I was gonna ask Vega how did he feel about it, and also, well, I can't ask Open Knowledge because he's not Native American. He's
oh no, but you can ask how I feel about it.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, but yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. Now what? Now, what's the difference between Native American and Indian? What would you say you was? What do you represent? Indian natives?
American Indian.
American Indian. What's the difference?
He just told you.
Who's got the video? Who got the video? All right, let me listen.
Is there any more else to say? He just told you.
Oh man, I missed it. Hold on, let me back it up for a second, y'all. This is only a 3-minute video. We're gonna get back to the meat and potatoes. Hold up. I appreciate everybody coming on and being respectful.
And also why I asked you what I look like, when I found out, this is sidetracking, but when I found out that my dad passed away and I found out his real ancestry, or found out who his real father was, because he lied, because of the times that he was growing up, he couldn't have this certain background growing up on a reservation, and it was just a problem. So he lied, said who his dad was, because he didn't want to have the same thing. And I don't know. So that's how that went. So on the new updated version, what it points out is that my Native American ancestry is only 52.6%. And I feel comfortable with that. I thought that was more so of what I feel like I am, you know. And of course it's Ojibwe from Red Lake Nation, but also the other ones is the Northern Asian, which is Mongolian. And that's what I always felt like all right, yeah, there's got to be some connection. And if you didn't watch the first video, I told about a story. I always used to go get my feet rubbed at them little Asian massage places inside malls, and I had the same one that I always went to, but anyway, there was a newer lady there, and she was rubbing my feet, and she started speaking to me in her native tongue, and I was like, I couldn't understand. She's like, what's your background? What are you? And I told her what I was, and I had to explain a little bit more what it was because they didn't know what Native American was. So then I explained it. She's like, oh, okay. Then the person who was rubbing the person's feet next to me, one of her coworkers, they start talking and they laughed a little bit. And I was like, what's going on? And what the lady told me, who was over my feet, she said, well, both of them thought that I was from their homeland. Now they look like people from their homeland, which is in Mongolia, and reason why I fit the description is because in Mongolia they live up in the mountains, and because they live up in the mountains, they're bigger. They're bigger than the rest of the other Asians. And it's just how they're formed. So it's just like you look very Mongolian. I thought you're from our homeland. That's why I was speaking to you in our native tongue. So
So I don't know about that. I mean, that's more like lookership, I guess. You know what I mean?
Don't you ever play that? That was some whack. I can't believe.
That's more lookership, man. I can't even rock
that
with
was
that.
tortured in my ears. Yeah, was that what you call that? The Indian accent?
But you know what?
That's the Indian accent.
Yeah, but I get it because that land bridge theory. And they send it to Siberia.
The Siberians coming, yeah. But JJ, would you say?
Yeah.
Would you say that the brothers in like Papua New Guinea, all of the blacks, even in Jarawa in India, all those blacks over there that's blacker than some of us African Americans, purple black with wool hair like sheep, they came on that migration. And when Tupac, not Tupac the rapper, Tupac from Peru, the king, king, the predecessor before him, Huapo Opak, something like that, he said he introduced black skin, woolly hair people to the natives of Peru way before Pizarro and them.
Way before who?
Pizarro, the people that went and conquered. So, in other words, before the so-called New World got here, the Africans coming from the Asian perspective, he's claiming in old Peruvian folklore to have introduced black skin, woolly haired people to Peruvians way before any Spaniards.
Hold on, you said Tupac Amaru.
Yeah,
that's also fabricated. Also, it was close to that. But you say his daddy said that he came from Native American culture?
No, his daddy or his grandfather said that he had introduced to his people in the countries of Peru, like Lake Titicaca area, wherever they were.
So he was African? He was African?
No, not him. He's saying that he introduced blacks because you know how we were under the impression that the first time the natives seen us is when we were when we came with the Moor or the Spanish or whatever.
No, that's not the impression. No, that's not the impression.
That's the impression for the masses, not for the individuals. Yeah, I'm not talking about for like you. I'm not talking about for individual people. I'm talking about for the masses of African America. That's how we seen it. We thought we was first seeing each other from the post slave trade and the Spaniards and them coming to the side. But Tupac's father said, or his great grandfather said, he had introduced blacks to Peru on the other side on the what would that be, the Pacific Ocean, coming from like Jarawa, New Guinea, Australia to his people over there way before people over there. In other words, in Peru had new blacks before anybody even came this way from the so-called New World, old world. Sorry.
I appreciate that. And listen,
that's all I'm saying. Yeah.
One thing we got to understand: a lot of people don't know American history.
Mm-hmm.
American history is something that we all need to study. And I advise all of y'all to go study American history, whether it's South America, Central America, or North America. Go study that. That's something that we haven't been taught. And right now, brother, what you're talking to me right now is something that has been beaten into our head.
You breaking up every time.
For real.
We can't hear you.
You cannot prove. Listen, do you know? Okay, my bad. Do you know that Peru? It has a city called that Corral City.
Yes, sir.
C-A-R-A-L.
With pyramids and all. I've studied
it. Do you know that
city
is older than? Do you know that? All right. So that city is older than anything in Africa.
No, it's not.
Correct?
It's not older than. It's not older than Napa Playa at all.
No.
Let's stop it.
Let's stop. Let's stop right there in Adam's calendar in South Africa, 90,000 years BC. Mic drop.
Adam's calendar. Whoa! Stop it. Stop it
now. No, you stop it because you're pseudo now. Now you just on a pseudo flight.
Now, when you're talking about 90,000 BC,
I'm saying the Adam's calendar in South Africa. I'm saying the Adam's calendar.
You gotta get the talk.
Okay, hey, hold on. Hey, let me say something. Okay, hold on. Let me say something. Okay, hold on. Let me get a second. So I believe the pyramid of Japheth or whatever, Jebeb or whatever, it's off the Nile. Is it Djoser? Yeah, the step pyramid is supposedly That supposedly is the blueprint to every pyramid.
Well, that was
It started with
there. See, now you're dealing with stone. You're dealing with stone as opposed to mud brick. The Americas,
is that the
there's no.
blueprint? Is that the blueprint? The pyramids over there, or is that
the question would be: these aren't even pyramids over here. They're not even called pyramids. They're temples. They're different.
Whoa! Did y'all hear this dude?
Yeah, can you go and look that up? I'm talking about officially.
Yeah, I mean,
officially, it tells you they got the word from ancient Saqqara, right?
Yeah, they call them temples.
The pyramid of Saqqara, which Imhotep designed for Zoser, is the first stone building at that height. You name somewhere in America taller. Name one.
Right.
What year?
True.
What year?
Name one. All you gotta do is name one.
No, that pyramid you say was the oldest.
I said the oldest stone. I didn't say mud brick. There's all kind of mud brick in Africa.
You ain't even paying homage to Sudan, where the pyramid started at. And
no, I am paying homage. That's what I was about to say. I was about to explain. So Merowe, I know about the pyramid. I know about the stone pyramids in Merowe as well.
Is you gonna let me talk?
Because you saying stuff as statements and they're not true.
I ain't never get to finish though. You were saying a bunch of statements too.
I never said you was wrong about being the oldest. I just said the first stone recorded pyramid is Saqqara. Name one older.
Okay, let him land his plane. Let him land his plane. Go ahead, brother. Go. No, you good, brother. Land your plane.
Hold on, Professor Silky. Did he or did he not say that there was pyramids older than Corral City when I brought up Corral City? And now he's saying
I did not. I did not.
I'm not saying that it was something older than that. You know why? Because he done did the research on it. But it's all good though. That's Peru. That's where you saying that this man came from Africa at. That is in Peru. That's why.
No, I'm not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Naphtha Playa is in the Sudan.
No,
it's in the south of Egypt.
Corral is in Peru, my brother.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with you.
But we're talking size. We're talking size, right? We're talking
size. Stone. We're talking stone versus mud brick and stucco.
No, my bad. No, Professor.
We talking pyramids versus huts.
I was talking about now y'all going to size and all that. We talking about oldest.
Pyramids versus huts.
About oldest. It would.
But you're talking about huts, my brother. You're not talking about pyramids made of stone in Corral.
We talking about pyramids versus huts. This apples versus oranges.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me ask y'all this. All right. Say no more. Hey, JJ, since they won't play with me like this, say no more. Say no more. Say no more. Since they won't play with me, let me go pull this up real quick. They talking about huts. Well, who y'all think y'all playing with? Y'all playing with a real American Indian up here on some real
shit. What about the pyramids at Giza? They just found that stuff that I'm pretty sure predates.
Just chill out. We're going to see what the archaeological people say. Not what y'all suggestion is, not what y'all thoughts, none of that. We're gonna see what the archaeological people say. Okay, is that all right?
It's all right because it's only one perspective of archaeology. Yeah.
I think it's gonna give them Tiwanaku.
We have to go off, correct?
In Peru.
We have to go off.
But that's the same as Egypt. Go ahead though.
No, I'm saying no, my bad, brother. I didn't even get to hear you. I'm saying we're gonna go off what the archaeologists say because anything we say outside of the archaeologists is just subjective thought. Right? Correct? Y'all agree with me with that?
We got
the oldest one. The oldest one I got is Tiwanaku, and that's in Peru.
Nah, bro. Chill out, man. I'm older, man. I got you. I see y'all never heard of Corral City. And they excavating there right now. It's the first civilized city and one of the first cities in America. Hold on, let me
after you go, can I read my thing first since you're looking for yours?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Don't hold. Okay. It says I simply asked them, I said, is Corral older than any building in Africa? The answer came back, no. It's not accurate to say the buildings of Peru Corral are older than all buildings in Africa. While some structures in Peru, like the ones at Corral, are indeed very old, certain stone structures discovered in southern Africa, back to Mount Adams. may be older, even potentially the earliest human-made building on Earth. Period.
Listen to what he said. Southern Africa, and
That's what I said.
I said you're not giving credit to Southern Africa with a pyramid.
No, you didn't. I said Adam's calendar in Southern Africa. That was. Did I say that, JJ?
Hold up.
You know, man.
Or anybody on the panel heard me say Adam's calendar in South Africa?
Yeah, we brought up Adam's calendar and the Napa Playa.
The Napa Playa, which is in the south, the north of south of kind of in Sudan. Go ahead.
Hold on. Let me just pull it up on my PowerPoint because I just debated.
Hey, by the way,
I just debated. I just have some of the first
discussion. Hit the like button. If you're liking this discussion, hit the like button.
There you go, Wavy. And then tell everybody the debate gonna be on Super Wavy channel, y'all. It's like, shares. Hey, Super Wavy. Hey, spell that out for him, man. Cause I be messing it. I be giving 2 V's and then 2 A's. Which way you spell that? So they can...
Hey, everybody go to
I appreciate y'all brothers too for not taking me hostage.
You good, Uncle OTK. Hey, everybody go to YouTube, SUPAWAVVY, Shunny, or you just type in # Powerful Bills Only. It is going down this Saturday. JJ 7000, Uncle Mandinka Mali versus Misery, or the Native American Shim or Japet. You got the we're waiting on you, Uncle OTK. You gonna see your screen?
He got his book out.
Y'all know who that is?
Yeah, they none of them.
Ivan Van Sertima dropped that knowledge.
None of them.
They hating on him. I just want to see DNA of the oldest American DNA bone older than the youngest oldest African bone.
Well, you know, Lucy are older than them, but not saying that she's a humanoid. Not saying that she's a human.
No, I'm talking human like the Moroccan. The Moroccan first. I'm talking of the human.
She's of the Homo class, though.
Yeah.
She's of the Homo class.
I'm talking about the first Homo sapien in Morocco, Africa.
That's also part of the human class.
Morocco, Africa, the first Homo sapien on Earth. Show me a bone close to that one. In America.
Was he half Neanderthal?
No, not at all. Pure Homo, the very first Homo sapien sapien.
Stop it. I see.
Make that up.
Hold up. Why the hell this ain't this? Why the hell ain't it let me? What the hell is going on?
Uncle JJ, you got Uncle Neil Spite in debate mode.
Yeah,
JJ teaching me, man. JJ teaching me.
Oh, okay, that's you, Neil. I didn't know you got a different name. I didn't know that was you. Okay.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Man.
Yeah, I know that was you. Okay, gotcha.
I'm trying to figure out. He just said something I want to look up. Oh, the Neanderthal is the Moroccan Homo sapien the oldest Homo sapien, or is he Neanderthal?
Hold on, JJ. I'm about to get this shit right now. I'm trying to see what's going on.
All right, cool. Yeah, take your time. And real quick, we got Pan. We got
this about Corral City, and I'm gonna show this about Corral City.
Okay, yeah. Hold up, real quick. We got Pan. I can't see that militarization.
Mulattoism.
Peace, family.
Hey, we got all kind of new doctors out nowadays, boy. Go ahead, Pan. Mulattoism. Teach the way.
Peace, family, and I'll try to keep this brief. My question is, in order to come to a point of commonality instead of focusing on a point of contention, why not acknowledge that the descendants of U.S. chattel slaves are a mixed race people that have African, European, Native American, and even Hebrew ancestry, etc.
Yeah. I acknowledge that if we acknowledge it in the order form, the pecking order, not no other form made up.
So you agreed that the descendants of U.S. chattel slaves are mixed race, correct?
I believe we were raped with all kind of stuff. We started off like all our ancestors and teachers have taught African. We still are predominantly African. We got some that ventured off and married and mixed up. Not race, because there's only one race, the human race. But they became a part of other root word for culture, cults. All these other people are cults.
All right, and I don't want to get caught on the debate about is race a reality or not, but you acknowledge that the descendants of Peace King, and I'll say this in closing: if we can acknowledge,
Take your time. You gotta rush.
appreciate you. If we can acknowledge that the descendants of U.S. chattel slaves are a mixed race population, then what exactly is the point of contention on this panel right now?
Politics. Who we gonna put our dollar with? The African, the mixed part of the Hebrew, the mixed part of the China. When we gonna settle down? And we don't have. We can safe to say it's very little to none Asian in us. We're not like 90%, 80%. It may be
Hold
1 or
on.
2%.
Can I say? Let me
Go ahead.
drop a little 2 cents. So as you were saying earlier, I heard you say giving props to the South Africa. I believe the Khoisan people.
Yes.
They say the traits from in Asia and all that. And,
No, that you see how you mixing that up. That's where we fighting over politics. They didn't be.
No, I'm
They
just saying.
started
No,
Asia
I'm
and
just
sent
saying.
them
No,
to Asia.
well, that's what I'm saying. I'm
No,
saying
you didn't say
the
it that. See,
traits.
it's not what you
Well,
say.
let me
It's
finish.
how you say it that starts the argument.
I got you. No,
No,
what I'm
you got
saying
me. Say
is,
it right then, brother.
listen to me. Let me finish.
Listen. All right, go ahead.
So what I'm saying is the Khoisan. They say the traits that you see in the Khoisan, you see the same ones in Asia.
No, that it started Asia. Say it that way. No, the
Well, it
Khoisan
started
people's
Asia.
trait
Right,
started
definitely.
Asia. Pecking order.
Right.
It's
Well,
a
that's what
pecking
I'm
order.
saying. Right.
All right, pecking order.
Definitely.
Yeah, he said
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I looked it up. Look, these are the results for is the Moroccan Homo sapiens sapien the oldest Homo sapiens sapien on Earth? Yes, the Moroccan fossils remains discovered at Jebel Inhoud and dated to 300,000 years old are the oldest reliable dated fossil existence of Homo sapiens sapien, period.
Oh yeah. Nick Longridge, right?
I don't know. I'm just reading from the
head scientist. Yeah, I know that.
Okay.
Yeah, I know,
He
right?
on your team with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, but you know
We
what?
coming together.
Now, y'all got to be careful, man, because Cedric Ortega is lurking around. Listen.
I'm leaving the
Cedric. Hey, Supervisor, I'm with you. But yeah,
it's going down.
But yeah,
yeah.
Put one in the air, man. Hey, but man, I look forward to this debate with Misery, man. I think it's a good topic. I just me on my perspective, I think he's gonna be.
Cedric just commented. Goddamn, you didn't call the boogie.
I told you.
I'm out of here.
I told you. Hey, y'all be peeking and watching, man. You guys shit, man. I be peeking and watching too. I be lurking. I be in the YouTube streets. And Kareem be in the YouTube
Ortega.
You be knowing everything. Kareem be the. Hey, I was shocked one time. I said, "Well, damn, Kareem, you ain't hear about that?"
And
I wanted to ask the fellas, everybody in the chat,
about the YouTube streets. Pay no attention to it.
Okay, it said African boats of the boat ancient and medieval design have been tested on these currents and crossed the Atlantic successfully. We got the Thor Hardendale. Everybody know about him, but let's kill him for a minute. Let's deal with the boats in West Africa that they brought over here. It says right here. Oh, go ahead.
No, you teaching.
Want me to finish? Oh, okay. He says, okay, give me 1 second. Let me put my glasses on. Okay. Because my eyes start hurting. Okay, here we go.
The Moroccan find ain't modern human. Get him, Uncle Neil. Get him, Uncle Neil.
Africa's boats of both ancient and medieval design have been tested on these currents and crossed the Atlantic successfully. Thor Hardendale, with the help of Buduma boatmen on Lake Chad, rebuilt a pre-Christian African craft, a papyrus reed boat, and crossed the Atlantic successfully. Hermes, this here he is right here. You can look him up. Hannes, Hans Liedman, Lindemann, discovered that Africans had enormous dugouts as large as Viking ships. He tested one of these and made it to the Americas in 52 days, 12 days less than Amerigo Vespucci's trip.
And brother Rakufu, this is the question I wanted to ask you earlier. Now we agree that we have African ancestry, but my question is, given that Africans were complicit in the transatlantic chattel slave trade that our ancestors experienced, my question to you is, why do you have a loyalty to the modern Africans? Why don't you view the modern Africans as co-conspirators with Europeans in the
Ah,
enslavement of our ancestors?
okay. Tell me when you're ready for me to answer. I'll answer it. 'Cause I'm gonna hear you all the way out.
Well, that was the question. I literally
Okay,
muted
I'll
up, brother.
explain it. For one, you assume that I have loyalties with the modern African political geo system, which I don't. The Pan African who's going through it now, General Ibrahim Traore, that's who
Right.
I got loyalty to. I'm a Pan Africanist first.
I
So
like him. I like him.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's just it
Yeah.
right there. And I think,
Abraham.
Well,
Abraham
brother,
Traore.
you may not have heard. You may not have heard my question. With all due respect,
go
the
ahead, Mom.
brother, and when you speak about Ibrahim Traore, and I don't want to mispronounce his name, he is a modern African. When you speak about Pan Africanism, you're speaking about unity between yourself and modern Africans. So I'm asking, with all due respect,
Yes.
just as you have European ancestry, but you would never use that as an excuse to unify with Caucasians because you acknowledge that Caucasians were complicit in the oppression and subjugation of your own people. So my question is, why don't you have that same exact energy for the Africans?
Okay, my answer to that would be simply this. If we got a band and everybody's playing the flute and we need a trombone player and nobody can raise their voice like the mighty waters of Africa to play the trombone, but the African, I'm not going to keep standing on stuck in the path. I'm going to move forward and we're going to play this music.
Well, let's talk
Hey,
about
let me
today,
say this.
brother.
Let me say this real
With
quick.
all due respect.
Ooh, all right.
And who's to
Mulatto,
say? When, let me
Mulatto, let me
respond.
say this real quick, Pan Mulatto. Peace to you, brother. I can
Peace.
tell you come in
But
peace.
let me
Let me say
respond to
this
what
to
he's
you.
saying. Please let me pass you the mic. It'll be so brief. Who's to say
All
that
right,
the modern
JJ, I'm
African?
back.
Who's to say
Hey,
Okay.
that the modern?
Hey,
Pan
Super Wavy
Mulatto.
moderator.
Hey,
Y'all
Pan
got
Mulatto. Let me say this to you real quick.
Well,
Let me
let
say
me complete the sentence. Let me complete the sentence. It's literally one sentence. To the brother Rakufu, who's to say that the modern African is the only person that can play the trombone? Don't you realize that within your own ethnicity, we have trombone players as well, and saxophone players, and piano players, and trumpeters?
All right, hold up,
I
hold up, hold up.
understand, but I just want to be known. I'm here to bridge the gap and bring the salve to heal the wound, not to pick at the wound.
Hey, let me
So,
say this. Let me say
will
this
you
real quick.
unify with
Hey,
Yeah,
Europeans?
listen to the
Uncle JJ,
moderator.
Uncle JJ,
Yeah, listen to the
Uncle
moderator.
JJ,
Go
can you
ahead, Wavy.
Uncle JJ, can you take this out the screen real quick?
Karima controlling the ones and twos. We on the yeah. There you go.
Let me say
We
this
Oh,
real
don't
this
quick.
we
was
don't
that
put
was
we
that.
don't
My
put it
bad.
back
That
on,
was my
Rocky.
source. That was my source.
Nah, hey,
Okay,
we're
yeah.
gonna put it right back on. Let me just say this real quick. Hey, Pam Mulatto, let me say this to you, brother. Um, it's like this. We didn't have the we wasn't a part of the plan, the slave trade plan. We wasn't part of that planning. So what they did was they used us as pawns. We didn't see the bigger picture that when we give our enemies to these white men and when we sell our enemies that we just beat their ass, they just tried to kill us. When we sell them to the white man, we didn't have no clue that they was about to be shipped off to the whole nother part of the land. Like we so territorial fighting within each other, we didn't see that what the white man was doing. The white man had a whole game plan. We didn't see the game plan. We trying to survive. They
Brother,
had a
with all
whole
due
system
respect,
in
you're making
place.
excuses. With all due
Let me
respect, you're
say this real
making
quick.
excuses.
Let me say
All
this real
right,
quick.
brother, go ahead.
They had a whole system in place that we didn't know shit about. But go ahead, brother. You said I'm making excuses. Go ahead.
With all due respect,
Nah, hold on. Let me answer him. Let me answer him.
No, well, hold up,
okay.
Silk, because after Pan OTK want to show his source.
Yes, and it'll be brief as possible.
Real quick. Okay, go ahead.
With all due
There
respect,
you go, Silk.
Let me answer him. Can I
King
answer
J.
him?
Hold up, King
hold on,
J
you
gonna go
interrupting,
after
brother.
open the knowledge and then Silk. We gotta have a good order.
And super wavy. With all due respect, you just made excuses for the enslavers of the ancestors of the modern day Black American. With all due respect, these same Africans, whether they knew what the white man would do or not, they knew that they were selling their own people to the white man, and they must be held accountable for it. So just like we will never unify with the Caucasians because we see that historically into the modern day, they have aggrieved us, we have to have the same energy for Africans. Now go ahead, brother.
They didn't look like it. They didn't look at it like they were selling their own people. They look at it like I just got through beating their ass, and we either go kill them all off, or the white people about to pay our ass for them.
So that's
what is
treasonous.
Mulatto saying? What is he
So
saying
that's
when he don't
treasonous.
know that we bought white people bought black people in ancient times? You can study the slave trade. So how far you want to play the game, and then you
That's
want to
a
just stay? Well, let me
all right,
finish.
go ahead.
You just want to stay stuck on the court arguing while they running down the court scoring. Come on, bro.
Let me
That's a
answer his
deflection.
question.
Go ahead, let the brother answer.
I got you.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's
Hey,
on me,
you like
right?
to do a
It's on
lot of
me.
powerful talking, like you bogarting over somebody. Like the info that you kicking is definite. Don't act like you don't got flaws inside your information too. RX. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he
Rock
good,
Comfort.
man. He good,
Okay.
fellas.
Now look, by
I know,
disrespect,
man.
you know it's Rock Kufu. You purposely said Rock
No,
Comfort.
I
I can
didn't know
say,
that. No.
oh,
On some
okay,
real,
all right, brother.
no,
I got you.
$1,000.
All right, I will.
Respect
I'm gonna stand
that,
down. I'm
buddy.
standing down. I'm gonna stand down.
No,
I'm
I'm
standing
not no
down.
disrespectful
Okay.
person.
Let
I'm not no
me. Can I
disrespectful
go?
person.
No worries.
Now.
I'm standing down.
No, yeah. Never. We all men at the end of the day. You know what I mean? We can disrespect each other on information, but men at the end of the day, nah, I would never get into that.
Okay, my bad.
Rakufu, I apologize, man.
I
1,000
step back.
pardons,
I
bro.
stand down. I get you. I ain't gonna make my information sound. I'll just say it and then be done with it as I say it. Not as it's the last authority. Yep.
Silky was trying to get in though. Go ahead,
You
Silky.
want to share your screen because he did leave, and then King J, and then Sue. Do you want to share your screen?
Yeah, my screen already sharing. Whenever you get ready. Whenever you get ready to do it, I'm
You
ready.
there? Okay, she stepped out for a second. So since she stepped out over the knowledge,
I want to share this real quick, just so I can get this out the way, and then we can get back in the building. Because one thing we got to understand: two things can be true at the same time. So at the same time that things was getting built over there, things could have been getting built over here.
Key word. Good.
And it can be no connection to it. They
Right.
just both was on a high spiritual system. That's
One
it.
day, hey brother, Professor Silky D, that's you talking?
No, that's open the knowledge.
No.
That's OTK. That's OTK.
Yeah.
I'm just meeting everybody. OTK. Sooner or later, because JJ, I'm crippled in sharing, but I want to share something when I learn how to share. So I'll be doing some backroom chats and learn from the fellas.
Well, yeah. All you got to do, you on the computer, see where it say present.
Present. I'm on the phone.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then I'm on the TV, and then I'm on the tablet, so I can never share on them, huh?
You can share on. I think you can share on the tablet, can you, y'all?
No, he can only link people in. The only way he can share on the tablet is if he got the iPad tablet. If he
That's
got
what I
the
got.
iPad, yeah.
You see, that's what he got.
Yeah, you can share on that.
Okay.
The thing is, you gotta be on the show, then you gotta pull up in a whole new tab.
Okay.
You know, you gotta start a new tab while you on the show. Pull up whatever you want to pull up in the new tab.
Yes, sir.
And then come back to this show and then go to present. When you go to present, it'll say share tab and it'll show you what you just pulled up. Highlight that.
Let me say this before you go. I'm gonna say this. I didn't learn nothing right there, but one thing. Brothers working together. I still know how to do. I'm gonna learn later. But thank you for
Hey, JJ helped taught me. Shit.
Man, I love that.
Oh, for real? All right. Hey, I just learned how to copy and paste about a year and a half ago. So
shit, JJ helped show me. Shit, I ain't gonna lie to you. Shout out to Lions Den.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I think Silky was trying to get in. My bad.
Yeah. Who trying to get? Okay. There go the screen. So let's do that, and then go ahead, brother.
All right, so this right here, can y'all see this? I'm gonna pull it up.
Oldest city in California.
Bigger. Okay. Remember, our brother was talking about no, in America, brother. Remember, you was talking about Peru. Remember, you was talking about Tupac Amaru's father. Yeah, you was talking about his father and his grandfather.
Okay.
Right? What year was that?
I don't know. I have to look it up. I can look it up.
Was it BC or AD time?
It might even be AD because I remember, if I'm correct.
All right.
Yeah, I believe AD 700s or maybe.
Yep. So bet. So now I'm showing you something in BC times.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Here we go. Before the pyramids of Egypt and ziggurats of Mesopotamia, an ancient monumental civilization arose with massive pyramids near the central coast of Peru and South America. Now, this ain't no old research. This is 2023.
Yep, I see it.
And
George
they
Ferry.
still research. Hold on. And they still researching it right now. Look what it's older than. We got more than just that now. Go ahead.
All right. So without the narrative, so quick question, so we can have clarity. What you just read was that the civilization is older than those pyramids in Egypt and Mesopotamia. The civilization. Okay, so let's go.
Yeah. So it also say what massive pyramids.
It also say ancient
so if the civilization,
it doesn't give the dates
so
for
hold
the
on.
pyramids.
So what I'm saying is, if the civilization is there, I guess we can assume that the pyramid was.
You don't have to assume, brother.
Hold
On,
brother. I got Rock.
Hold on. Reason why I'm saying that is because once we get the word civilization,
that's incorrect.
Hold on, brother.
Let him land his plane. Go ahead,
word. God damn. Once we get the word civilization, we know it's highly civilized. That means they got everything to sustain themselves. Now, granted, the civilization could have been there before the pyramid, or the pyramid could have been there first. We don't know.
We do know. It says monumental.
Let him land though. Go ahead.
The monument was there. I'm agreeing with him, but I'm saying it's.
But I'm saying
is
no. But we always got to leave room for speculation, though.
I got you. Yeah.
We always, even though I'm showing you this, I still leave room for speculation.
And I'm reading where it says monumental.
You got to understand they're doing small
testing. I got this.
Okay,
they're
go
doing
ahead.
something that's not accurate.
Go ahead.
Let's be for real. So that's why I leave room. You know. Go ahead.
But we understand. But even with Egyptian civilization, when civilization first started, they didn't start off just immediately building pyramids.
Correct.
That science takes time to. So
correct.
What I'm saying is that the civilization predates them, so they're not giving the date for the pyramid yet. Is what I'm telling you.
Oh, I understand what you're saying.
Let me talk.
All right. So hold on. So when is the oldest civilization in Egypt? Let's go.
Okay, hold on. Let me answer.
Stop, y'all. Stop. I want to ask him this. Go ahead, bro.
No, I want to ask y'all. Let me get 2 seconds.
So Nabta Playa would be about between 8,000 5,000 BC when the Green Sahara, that phase of time.
All right. Look at this right here. Look at this right here. See, I was saving this. Peru, Northern Chaco is documented as early as 9,500 to 8,000 BC. Now what?
South Africa. Now we go to South Africa.
Adam's calendar.
He said Adam's calendar.
He said now we go to South Africa. What I read about older.
Brother,
what about language though? You're skipping over hieroglyphs. You're skipping over scripts.
Exactly, but one thing that did happen.
You're skipping over language.
Hold on, let's stay right where we at.
You really want to do that? You really want to do that? You really want to do that?
Brother,
you really want to?
You got a script, do you? So you got a language, ancient scroll in America.
Hold on. Let me tell y'all. Hey, listen, JJ.
Hold on, one mic.
This is what's crazy about this, dog. When you showed them something earlier over here, they like to go to scripts and stuff. When we know that the first documented scripts will be earlier and predated over there, because they was the first one writing about them over there. Now, I'm going to ask you this. Hold on, my brother. Now, I'm going to ask you this. Show me something in 9,000 BC where they was writing about them.
Adam's calendar.
Hold
on. Be quiet.
Hold on, y'all. Calm down.
Listen, hold on. For one,
name something that they was writing about 9,000 BC in America.
Okay, hold on. Listen, brother, because what you just showed right here is just hunter gatherers in America, in Peru. That's what it says. Let me just read it without your narration. Hunting and gathering for subsistence is what is now Peru's North Chico is documented as early as 9500 BC. So hunter and gathering.
Keep reading. Keep reading. Keep reading. Keep reading. You're about to read all the things that causes
You
a
gotta be quiet
culture,
so I can
that
read. You gotta
causes
be
a
quiet so I can
cultivation.
read.
Stop
You
playing
gotta be
with me.
quiet. You gotta be quiet so I can
Yeah.
read. Small groups
All right.
started playing.
Without your narration, just read it.
Bro, he trying to read, bro.
I'm
Please.
trying to read. Small groups started plant selection and gardening, and the remains of irrigation channels have been dated to that period. New concerns with the cosmos and religion led to the unification of what does that say? Nascent social groups, turn it down, around spiritual concepts. In turn, this collective perception brought social stratification, followed by an economic cooperation that swept the economic cooperation that swept the Andes and northern Peru's coastal communities. Agriculture expanded, so now they have this is like with everybody. Agriculture now is about 3200 BC. Harvested cotton was an already important trade crop used to make nets for fishing and larger nets. Brother, where is it talking about pyramids?
Okay, now look.
Right here. The title is The Great Pyramid.
But I didn't read
Is you
anything
crazy?
that said
Matter of
anything
fact, let me
about
show
it.
you the
No, it's
city.
talking
Matter
about
of
the
fact,
Great Pyramid of Egypt.
let me make this
What are you
smaller.
talking about?
Matter of fact, let me show this smaller, dog. Matter of fact, let me
Let
make
him
it
show it.
smaller. This is the picture
While
of it.
you showing
Right
it,
here.
let me read
Go to
this. Let
this.
me read this
Any
back.
Egyptian pyramid.
That's not a
Right
pyramid.
here.
We
Wait,
get
wait,
you.
wait,
We
wait,
get
wait,
you.
No,
We
wait.
I
get
don't
you.
like how
Hold
y'all.
up. Hold up. We
I don't
get
like
you.
how y'all.
But let
Hold
me.
up. Stop.
Listen.
I don't like how y'all niggas try to
One
play
at
me
a time,
just
y'all.
now.
That's not a
Listen,
pyramid.
Yeah, that's
quit
not a
playing
pyramid.
with me.
That's a mud
I
mound.
don't like how
That's
y'all
not
try to
even a
play me
mound.
just now.
That ain't
And
even a
please
mound.
Let me get in there.
Everybody calm down. Hey, Wavy, you gotta get.
Hey, Uncle JJ, we thugging tonight.
Hold on,
All
man.
right. Okay, good.
Hey,
Yeah,
just
we having fun,
okay, let me
JJ.
just
We
read
having
one
fun.
thing
With
here.
it. Me and
Family, let
Kareem
me
are with
read
it.
this.
Don't
Adam's calendar, a
sleep on
stone
us now.
circle site in South Africa, Adam's calendar, is estimated to be around 75,000 years old. Hold on. This age is based on rock art in the area and astronomical alignments, making we talking about star maps at that time, making it potentially
Oh
the
my
oldest
fucking God.
astronomical megalithic
Stop
stone
it.
circle. Let me finish.
Stop it.
However, these claims are not. Listen, because this is something gonna
However,
make you happy. Let me finish. How can I finish? Okay. However, these claims are not universally accepted within the scientific community, but here come the bomb. Some suggest an even nothing younger, older age of potentially 160,000 years based on further calculate. Boom, that's a bomb.
no, that's a bomb that kills y'all.
No, it kills
Because that's
y'all
a
way off.
theory.
9,000 ain't nowhere near 75.
You're talking
And
about,
now they're going back
And
to
let me
anything over,
160,000
brother.
years.
Listen,
Hold
That's
on,
let me get in
way
there.
past
Let me get in there.
9,000.
Y'all are
Hold on. Let
talking
me.
antediluvian times, man. Come on, stop
OTK,
it.
I'm after you. So let me. I got something I just want to.
Okay, my bad. Y'all talking antediluvian times.
So check it out.
Word.
So hold on. Keep this on the screen because I want to make my point. So the point that you brought earlier, I made earlier, brother, was that the civilization is older. So it was when I actually pulled up pyramids in Cairo City, the date, it says the pyramids at the ancient city of Cairo in Peru are estimated to date back to around 2600 BC. It says this makes them one of the oldest known examples of monuments in the Americas. It says it is comparable in age to the earliest Egyptian pyramids. So the pyramids date to about the
All
same
right,
time.
hold up.
Hold on.
Listen to
Let me
what you're
talk,
saying.
brother. Let me
So when you're
talk. You
talking
string it
about
out.
comparable,
Let
you
me.
can't compare
Let
things
me
on
talk
two
my
different
point.
time levels.
Wait, hold
Let me
on.
make my
Let
point,
them land
brother.
first. Let them land. Let them land. Let them
Yeah.
land.
So
Thank you.
So what we're doing, brother, is what I'm establishing is making clear to you, brother, that there's a distinguishing between the pyramids dates, which is 2600 BC, and what you're trying to say that is the city So we know that the city is old, but I'm telling you that the pyramids in the city aren't as old as the city, the civilization itself. But go ahead.
I need to ask, how would you date Egypt with because you remember Mono Motapo in Zimbabwe for years, scientific community said Mono Motapo was actually Solomon and Queen Sheba's gold mines, and they found out for years, 12 years straight, uh they had already found rhinoceroses
That's true
gilded
though.
out of gold, and they kept them in the drawer out of their racist mentality not to show us.
That's true though. True though.
So how much more they not showing? Everything is always racist towards Black Africa, even you Black
Yeah.
Americans, indigenous peoples.
And please let me get in because I asked to be next. Just to be
No.
brief.
I'm not being racist about that. Hey, but
Hold
JJ,
on, OTK.
hey JJ,
Hold on,
this is why
brother.
I
God
will be a
damn.
fair debater inside your
OTK, can
room,
you
bro.
not hear me,
Let's
brother?
look at what the archaeological say. Let's look at
All
what
right,
the
bro. Hold on,
archaeological.
brother. Are you not able to
Egypt
hear me?
Wikipedia.
Hey, hold on. Hey, look, hold on,
Hold
everybody.
on, bro.
Yeah, but hold
You're
on.
not able to
I'm
hear
not
me?
moderating. It's Wavy. Go ahead. Wavy.
Yeah.
Wavy moderate.
I think who that was? That was
That was
Pan.
me. That was Pan Mulatto.
Go ahead,
So
brother.
that was me.
Go ahead, brother.
Appreciate you. Yes, and I'll make it brief as possible. And that's why I asked the initial question when I first came on the panel. If we can acknowledge that we have African and Native American ancestry, essentially right now we're saying, all right, well, our African granddaddy built this, and then the other part of our family saying, well, our Native American granddaddy built this, and we debating on who built what first. I mean, at the end of the day, we got to realize a lot of this bickering that we engage in daily, including myself, is pointless because while we're debating on the internet about things that none of us could prove, literally our communities are being taken over by foreigners, literally in real life.
All right. Hey,
Hey,
JJ.
hold up real
Hey,
quick.
Primo.
Hey, I hear Cedric
Hold
and I
on,
see Cedric in the chat.
Oh,
Hey, Cedric in the chat telling lies, man. Hey, that Jabal Erhu, that is an anatomically modern human being. So it looks just like us. There's no difference. So
Cedric,
you
jump
trying to classify it as
on,
something else,
Cedric.
but
Uh-oh.
More pointless
no
debate.
cap.
But hold on, but brother, you see how quickly you got distracted by that? Whether that's an anatomically human being or not. The point is, while we are debating whether we are African or Native American, in real life, the majority of the businesses in our communities are owned by foreigners. While we're debating whether or not we African or Native American, the majority of the real estate in a lot of these cities that we claim to be the majority in is being controlled by foreigners. How many more pointless debates are we going to engage in for the sake of our future generations? Really,
All right, man.
that's a legitimate
Everybody's a
question.
foreigner.
Hold
Everybody's a
on.
Wait,
foreigner.
That's a
We gonna we
deflection,
gonna
bro.
we gonna participate in a lot of them. So if you don't like it, go build another platform and discuss that. Go take over, do whatever you need to do, but stop coming up here talking about what you want to discuss. Okay? Go
Well,
over
keep
there
getting
and do
bread
what
out
you
then. It
need
don't
to
matter to me. Keep
do.
getting
Yeah,
bread
go
out.
do
Yeah,
what
you
you
got to
need
go to the community building platform, brother.
to. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
So you're not.
we don't deal with him neither,
because
man.
Hey,
nobody
hey,
knows you got
Karima so
to.
100. Karima so 100. I was about to say, kick that nigga off.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
deal with
Yeah,
him.
he need to go check his stocks.
Don't kick him off. I think he always come up here and he a young
He
brother.
better get right.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
better
but
get
he
his.
only care about
same
mulattoes.
thing. He always
Hey,
trying
he
to.
worried about. Hey, look, we gonna do a community show. We'll do that
No,
for
he
you.
not.
We can do
He needs to
that.
go and build his own platform.
Can we all just get along? Oh,
Hey,
man.
I stand
He
with
ain't gonna
Karima.
want
I
too
was
many
just about to say, kick
airtime
that nigga off.
to, discuss his own little topic. We not about to change. How you gonna come to a debate platform talking about, we need to be this? Go build a whole platform discussing about what you trying to regurgitate every time you come up here. Okay, we're not going for it.
That's what I said.
Yeah, they
So
call that the business chat. It's called a business chat. That's what you need to be looking for.
He want a kumbaya and shit.
so let me ask you this,
He
man.
ain't just talking about taking over military, all kinds of combined topics in one.
Let's get back to the
Hey,
meat
but
and potatoes.
Hey, but brother, I'm glad that you had read that, but you got to do a little bit more than wiki with me, bro. When I do my research, wiki don't even come up for real. Like I'm in archives, I'm in libraries. I really do this, man. And listen,
But there's no
it said
contention
this.
with what
Hold
the
up.
point
It
what you're
said
saying though.
it predates Egypt's oldest pyramids and Incas by 4,000 years.
The
So it said
city,
a colossal. Here, hold on.
Let him go. Let him
Hold on,
go.
listen, brother.
Let him
The
go.
colossal pyramids in the Americas as old as those in Egypt? That was the question. The sacred city in Corral Supe and central coastal Peru boasts an impressive complex of ancient monumental architectural constructed around 2600 BC, roughly the same time.
Just said that.
But no, brother, no, you
Already,
didn't
I just
say
said
that.
26. I just said it's 2600
No,
BC.
you didn't say that was around the same time.
Yes,
What
I
you
did.
read,
He
you
said
said it. You
26
said it
to
was older.
75,000.
brother.
He
You
said
said it was older,
26,000
bro.
to
Yeah, you went
75,000.
into the other number, bro. You went into the
Don't
other
worry about
number.
that. Brother, I will reread the source again.
But
The
hold up.
exact word, brother, I can't talk. You can't talk over me,
All right,
brother.
Well,
The
listen.
exact word.
It's at roughly the same
I'm
time.
brother.
And that's why I said, damn.
Listen,
One thing
brother.
we got to
Brother,
understand,
quit
two things
filibustering,
be true.
brother.
I
Quit
believe that
Hey,
things
filibustering.
let OTK fit. Hey, let us play, and then y'all come in.
Yeah, we
Yeah, he
heard what
got
you
hard. I
said.
give him that. He
We
got
heard,
hard.
brother. We heard what you
Yeah,
said,
let us
brother.
play.
Listen.
Stop. Bet. Everything good, JJ. Everything good, man.
Okay.
You got a
Can
bunch
I
of
just say?
crybabies over this
Can I just
motherfucker.
say I looked it up what he said?
You got a
because I
bunch
need
of
to hold
crybabies
on,
over this
brother.
Okay,
motherfucker,
I'll hold up.
JJ.
I'll hold
So
up.
hold on.
They don't like to
I'm
admit
gonna,
the truth, JJ.
I give
yeah,
everybody a chance, even the crybabies.
yeah.
You
We're gonna make sure that he ain't gonna be saying stuff. So this is the source that I read. The pyramids at the ancient city of Corral in Peru are estimated to date back to around 2600 BC. This makes them an example of one of the oldest monumental structures in America, comparable in age to the earliest Egyptian pyramids, right?
All right. So when I
The
ask you
point,
what
shut up, wait,
comparable
shut up,
is, what did you
stop.
say?
Let me, brother, shut up. Let me narrate. You can't narrate for me. Let me
Hey, hold
talk.
up. Don't you tell me shut up, dog. I'm a
You
grown
talking,
ass
you
man.
talking,
y'all buddies,
bro.
man. Hold
up.
on,
Hold up, bro.
give me
that's
my 2
KJ
minutes.
OTK.
Damn.
All right, hold
Give
on,
me,
everybody chill.
man?
give me my
Why
2
you got to
minutes,
go to
brother,
all this
please.
Hey,
shut
look,
up,
we got
dog?
kids. We got kids watching. I
Yeah,
just want to let y'all know.
have some decorum. Yeah,
No,
thank
you have some decorum. You don't tell no another man shut
Have
up.
some decorum.
Okay,
When you
yeah,
interrupt
Tell
me,
your
okay,
bitch shut up,
yeah.
nigga. Don't you
you
tell me
interrupting
shut
me,
up.
All right,
brother.
come on, guys.
Fuck ass.
He ain't mean it like that.
You
Man. I
mad?
don't think he
You
mean
mad?
it. All right, everybody chill. Nobody
Hey,
chill.
yeah,
Nobody chill.
you can't be
We
hogging the
doing
mic
good.
though. No
Yeah, we doing
mic
good.
hogging.
Yeah, let me say something after he speak, please.
Oh, he got mad. Yeah. So the point that the brother was trying to make was that the city was older than the pyramids in
Oh, the
Egypt.
damn Indian left.
Yeah, he got mad. So what I was trying to tell the brother that it's not the city that's older, brother.
Go back, OTK.
the
So King
pyramid.
J, King
Yeah.
J. So the oldest human-made earthworks in the Americas and potentially the oldest building are the LSU mounds located on the campus of Louisiana State University. These mounds, dating back as far as 11,000 years, are considered to be the oldest human-man structures in North or South America. So
Okay.
let's say that's 11,000 years old. A simple
Okay.
Google search is to do this. Hey Google, what's the oldest building in Africa?
Easy.
It pops up Zambia, structures in Zambia. Let me see. Zoser remains the best preserved. They got a lot of stuff. So let me try to do that again. Hold on.
The biggest human structure. It's gonna say Adam's calendar. What is it gonna say?
I'm pulling it up right now.
Okay, I got it. It says the oldest known human-made wooden structures discovered in Zambia date back approximately 476,000. Come on, man. It's
What?
mic drop on all that.
Oh, you're
8,000.
not looking up though. You're not.
Nah, that ain't Homo
saying.
sapiens sapien.
I don't care. He's still. He didn't just. That's what we coming out of.
No, so this is what we would do. So what we trying to compare
Yeah, because
is
he got to have
what you're
fossils
trying.
in America that predate Africa.
That's right, and they don't have
No,
not one.
no, bro. That's not even the point you're trying to make.
The
So
point
what
is, you
you
can't
trying,
tell. Now you telling
what
me
you,
what point? So now just walk me like a puppet, right? I got it.
so listen, I can follow the conversation. I'm trying to
You know,
find a
you didn't
point.
follow because my point was Africa is the birthplace of mankind. A lot of indigenous Americans want to claim America to be the birth, and they have no evidence.
So what you
They
was
call that the egg before the chicken.
so what you were trying to do was say that the mounds predated. So the oldest known mound complex in North America, it says Watson Break in Northeast Louisiana, constructed
LSU.
around
Okay.
3500 BC.
Okay. This says 1100. I got it right here. I
Well,
mean
this says
11,000.
this says constructed around 3500 BC during the Middle Archaic period. It predates the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza. The mounds of Watson Break were built by ancient archaic people, including an early marker of political and social complexity in Eastern United States.
Hold up, you said it was built by archaic people,
something.
but it's 3000 BC.
It says 3500 BC.
It can't be 3500 BC if it's built by archaic people.
So you saying AI is wrong?
It gotta be, nigga. How? So you saying
I
archaic?
think it is too because I just looked up one and it
archaic
says
people was
New
living
Mexico
5,000 years ago?
1000 AD.
Well,
So it's all over the place. AI all over the place.
Hold on. Hey, King J, you saying archaic people was living 5,000 years ago?
I'm reading the source, brother.
I'm asking you a question.
It says
You saying archaic people was living 5,000 years ago?
Listen clearly.
Oh, okay.
It says during the Middle Archaic period. That's what it says. It says
What is the age year range for archaic?
The Watson. Well, let's look it up. Middle Archaic.
I just looked it up. It says Arcadia can refer for several. Let me look it up again.
Archaic.
Archaic. Yeah, I pulled the wrong word.
Hey, y'all probably talking about two different mounds.
What's the oldest archaic?
From 8,000 to
what time is the
5,000.
archaic period in the world? It says
hold up real quick, y'all.
It says between 8,000 to 3,000 BC.
Yeah. Hey, hold on. I got AI right here. Hey, go ahead, John. This is JJ 7000. Go ahead. Tell us how old the archaic people is.
The archaic people, also known as Paleo-Indians, lived from 8,000 to 3,000 BC.
Just what I said.
They were the first humans to inhabit the Americas, migrating from Asia across the Bering Land Bridge. They developed complex societies and cultures.
Hold up, man.
That's the Clover people you're talking about. That's Clover he's talking about.
Those still Homo sapiens sapiens, right?
Never said they wasn't. Y'all just jumping over saying stuff.
The Clovis people, a subgroup of Paleo-Indians, lived around 13,500 to 12,800 years ago. They're known for their distinctive stones.
Hold up, y'all. Hold up. He trying to tell you. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, we know about Clover.
Yeah, y'all got it. Hold up. Start over, John. Hold up. Give John like 30 seconds. Go ahead, John.
What's up, John?
JJ. The archaic people lived in the Americas from 8,000 to 3,000 BC. They developed complex societies, tools, and trade networks. Their culture evolved over time, shaping the course of Native American history.
All right. Appreciate that, John.
You're welcome, JJ.
That wasn't JJ. Hey, that was super wavy.
My apologies, champ. I'll keep it concise and on track.
Man, what's that app called? What's that app called?
For clarification on the
What's the app called? It's on your goddamn Facebook Messenger. Y'all see the AI Meta? It's a part where you push the button and talk. That's all you got to do.
Damn.
Come on, man.
Yeah, you gotta download the app.
Nobody called me 7,000, man.
Oh.
4,000 light years ahead of. Hold on. Let me get my Kareem, my teacher on AI. But I'm 4,000 light years ahead of Andre. You hear me, sir? You better. Hey, they talking about no. Look, John know me. Who is JJ, John? Tell him. Watch this.
You were asking about the archaic people?
Hey, who am I? Hey, John. Hey, John. Who am I?
You're JJ7000. You asked about archaic.
All right, John. Chill out, John.
Hell no.
Questions about archaic people.
I told you, man. Hey, tell them, Korea, you have a real conversation with these AI, man. Y'all better step up. Yeah, but keep talking, y'all. Any questions y'all need to answer, bring John back in.
Hey, I just asked Google, who has the oldest civilization between Africa and America? And it says the oldest civilization between the Americas and Africa is Africa, specifically ancient Egypt. While the Americas have the Corral super civilization in Peru, it is generally considered to have emerged as a slightly later time than the Egyptian civilization, period.
Okay. That's what the Indian was talking about.
Okay.
Where you at, OTK?
Hey, let me address that Indian. What he was saying about how we feel dealing with, I guess, the sellers or whatever like that. What I would say to that is, first of all, I would give the rights to the Bantu tribe, I'm guessing, for doing all the slaving, and then not to mention everybody, just like the Dogon and other tribes that were in Africa. Not every tribe was slaving.
Exactly.
So that's a broad, you know what I'm saying, like kind of crazy statement to make, to just be like, you know, when we speak about Africa, we talking about the good Africans. We're not talking about the ones that's, you know what I'm saying, playing the dirty line.
That's like the British complaining against the Romans and saying all Europeans.
Or the whites versus the Irish
Yeah,
type,
so,
you know.
so since y'all did it, all y'all. Yeah, nah, we ain't getting down like that. We'll be so lost on that court, they'll be just dunking on us. We'll be sitting there arguing like
Hey, King J, when you had said archaic, I thought you were saying like archaic humans.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
But I do have a question though to the brother asked when the Clover people, right? You asked were they Homo sapiens?
They have to be at 8,000 BC. The oldest, first Homo sapien oldest we can record is in Morocco at 300,000. So anything after 300 all came Homo sapien sapien.
No, that makes no sense. So listen.
No, that's true. You're right. That makes sense. You're right. I stand down. You're right.
No, listen, it makes no sense.
There still was some left. Yeah.
Exactly, because
Neanderthal.
Right. Listen, Neanderthal and Homo sapien lived in Denisovan coexistent all at the same time.
Yep.
So, so my point is this. My question was this. So, Neanderthal dates back to 700,000 BC. So it's about 400,000 years older than Homo sapien, which dates back to about 300,000 BC.
Yes, sir.
So my question was this: to ask, why I'm saying this, Homo sapien develops in Africa, right? The gene mutation is in Africa, the genome. So if we go with the theory that it's we go to Morocco and Heidelberg, whatever it is the common ancestor between Neanderthal and Homo sapien, that means that the Neanderthal genome mutated outside of Africa, while the African genome stayed in Africa.
It makes sense. That's what they say. No Neanderthals in Africa.
Exactly.
Little to none.
So when the brother asked me were they Homo sapiens, well, were they? Because if the Homo sapien never left Africa, then what are the so my question is,
they would still be Homo sapiens the Neanderthals died off like 50,000, 40,000. Hold up, brother. Neanderthals died off
40,000. Let King J finish his thought. Then Super
Let him at least finish, brother. Come on, you know that ain't right.
Let me.
You got. Yeah. Go ahead, King J.
You was just about to ask a brand new question.
Brother.
Yeah,
so I got to sum it up. Let me land my plane.
Yeah,
So the basic, what we're talking about basically is the difference between the diversity between the African genome and non-African. Which one possibly?
Brother, Neanderthals died off 40,000 years ago, so we only talking about Homo sapiens. One second, brother. So we only talking about Homo sapien sapien, brother.
I get it now. I hear you.
But what I'm saying is that if you understand what I'm saying is that when the in and out of Africa theory is that all of the admixture that came back into Africa didn't penetrate all the way into Africa. It really only stayed into the Delta. So
the periphery.
Good point.
Yeah.
Right.
So would you say
What's
that?
the point? How's that a good point? What's the
You're
point?
not comprehending. The point is that if the Homo sapien never left Africa, right? What we're saying is a Homo sapien, right? If it never left,
who said the Homo sapien never left?
Some of them didn't because they have little to no mixed admixture with any Neanderthal DNA.
That's true. Most of them.
Okay, all right. Slow down.
I thought we was talking about oldest cities. How we get to this?
Yeah. So with
Hold on, we can stay on this. Well, hold on.
Wait a minute.
Hold on,
Hey, King
wait.
J.
We need
King
to pull
J.
up
Hold
the
up. King J.
classification.
King J. King J. You already
Neanderthal,
landed your plan.
Homo
Hold up.
sapien.
Now you doing the same
this
thing.
Silky D.
Just talking over the person.
This is Silky D.
No, hold up. I'm asking you, King J. When the elephant in the room is the new studies on West Africa, the ghost DNA. What are the ghost DNA's
Man, see,
conclusion
that's
to
what
be?
I'm talking about. We went all off topic. Neil Spider's
True.
It's not off topic. It's not
We
off
all off
topic.
topic.
Well, that's a good point, though. That is a good point.
I don't know
that's
why
a
the
good
brother
point.
is mad at me for bringing up knowledge. Man,
we talking about the oldest civilization. Y'all
we
bringing up
already finished
Neanderthal.
that, brother. Where was you at? We found out the oldest. It's a period on that. You just
So how
opening
you
the
get?
period.
So how you get to Neanderthals and ghost
No,
DNA?
because now we moved on to different. You
We're
mad?
talking
you
to first mankind.
When did
Just
we
talking
move
the
on?
origins of
You're the only
humans.
one that hasn't moved on.
We didn't move on.
We moved on.
No, we didn't.
No,
Why
you did.
why did OTK? Why OTK left the panel?
Because
we
he
was
didn't
talking
know how to
about
move
Peru.
on.
Ain't nobody moved on. You moved
You
on.
stuck. Where you stuck at in America too?
Brother, what was the last thing we was talking about?
Who is the oldest civilization, Africa or America? We proved Africa. Now we talking about DNA. Where are you at?
How did we get to Neanderthal? Answer that.
Huh? Because we're talking about ancient people now.
When did the old ancient civilizations become ancient
Brother,
people?
this is not Hitler asking question and answer. You're gonna shoot
No,
me
brother,
when I don't say what you
your
want
ass
to
got
hear.
lost in the flesh. You went down the rabbit hole.
Not just me. Everybody else is saying good point.
Set the debate up, man. Set the damn debate up. Set the jump on here, man.
What's the rabbit hole about? What was the rabbit hole?
I know.
Neanderthals are humans.
Let the goddamn debate.
A sub branch. We also got Dennis Hogan and eight.
But King J, I'd love for you to give me an answer to that question about that ghost DNA.
I'm not familiar with that science.
You heard of it though?
I have.
Yeah, and that's something that's new right now today while we talking.
It's a ghost DNA with the
Well, it's
purpose.
not new. That
What I wanna
information been
know
out
is-
for. It's been out for a couple of years. It's been out for.
That's what I mean by new. It ain't like 20, 30, 40 years
nice.
old.
All right.
Yeah, it's
I
new.
know that. No, hold on. But the question I want to ask you is though, since the classification of the anatomically modern human is 300,000, I want you to pull up your chart and tell me where Homo sapiens fall. I want to see all the classifications and the years, and then after that, I want to see what year you took those results and readings. You know what I'm saying, with those fossils, and then I want to know what's accurate fossils and what aren't. I want to know what y'all are going off because I heard the Desonovan, they only using like a pinky finger for that.
Yeah, over there in the islands, right? Like Melanesian people.
Like Lucy, that's like fragments. So some like I just want to know what you're going off of.
Wait a minute,
and
man.
like I said, they already pushed.
Hold up. Set the defense. Don't make me call him. Don't make me call him.
I wish you would come see me on that.
Her name is Deknesh. By the Ethiopian. The
And
white
they
boys
don't
call
they
it
still
Lucy.
don't have the missing links. They're just classifications.
Yeah.
But still, like I said, if you can pull up the year chart, and then we can just use simple math. We can let the math take over.
You about to debunk it.
I'm just saying, you pull up the if you look at the chart of all your other Homo sapiens, the archaic, the Homo erectus, all that, and then you look at the Jebel Urhu, which is anatomically modern. You know what I'm saying? I just want to, like I said, I just want to see the years. I just want to see where the math falls.
You don't have transitional skeleton. It's mutations.
Well, nah, because and then your other issue is what's dated right, what's used with carbon dating, and then thermoluminescence dating. It's so many different things that are involved with that stuff. That stuff is accurate and stuff is not. you're
Hey, King
presenting to
J.
say that's accurate.
They came, the scientists said, believe the ghost DNA found in West Africa originated from an unknown archaic human population that interbred with the ancestors of modern West Africans. This ghost lineage is not directly linked to Neanderthals or Denisovans. So this is something totally with a question mark and smoke. We trying to figure out what that part of.
But it's still an African. It's still an African genome. It ain't.
All
It's not.
day,
It's
yeah,
not.
all day, yeah.
Yep. So that's cool.
Yeah, that
Whatever
would
it
be
is.
your Berbers. That would be your Berbers, all North Africa.
No, it could be.
No,
No,
it's
it
From
not.
said
Morocco.
west.
Not
It didn't
north.
say nothing
Not
about
north.
north. It said
Not north.
west.
Yeah, south.
Let's
See, that
not
they
start
people
making
with
that
that
stuff.
dope means that you're.
Oh man, what you got to say about that?
Yeah, this guy. I know, right? Hey, I ain't gonna go. Yeah,
They
man.
said,
You gotta
I
kick
hear
in.
you, bro.
hey,
And I know what you're talking about.
they said they're calling you out. He calling
You're
you an
talking about.
idiot. Said to get up here then. Set this goddamn rematch.
Yeah, Cedric. Yeah, because Cedric, man, he don't want to
You
defend it.
champ,
He gonna
if
mess
you the
around and get
champion,
handled.
hey, this the first running Lions Den champ I ever had. I got to catch up to this guy. I mean, come on, man. He running with the belt.
Hey, hold up.
Cedric is my little brother. I raised Cedric in the community.
Hold up. Let me ask this before Uncle
And
Said
I'm
get on
that's
here.
definitely what you
Go ahead,
said.
go ahead, Superwave.
Before Uncle Said get on here, Neil Spite and King J. Do y'all think the Jabela Hood fossils are Homo sapien sapien, or do y'all think they what Uncle Said saying a transitional?
I think Homo sapiens is what I
Homo
read. I
sapien.
didn't read the double sapien. I just read Homo sapien. It said.
Yeah, Homo sapien.
All right, Uncle Said, you gotta come clean this up. You about to get
Modern anatomically is what is the real definition of what the sources say.
Yeah,
But yeah, I want to see Cedric come. Yeah, tell him come clean it up. Tell him come on here and apologize for lying or something.
Hey, they holding you accountable for the pseudo shit you said. Like, they use your own words against you. They use your own words against you. Said you better get up here, man.
Yeah, he getting indicted.
Man.
Yep.
Cedric, come up here in the name of Aunt Surah. Aunt the scientist.
Yeah. Anyway, hey, y'all done got quiet. Y'all done ran out of ammo. What's going on, man? And y'all see
so the question I got a question for the panel. With the Cousteau incense burner showing clearly a monarch prior to Nina or Aha, and Tasseti, like Jonathan said in his rap Black Egypt, was Tasseti already. Are you guys attributing Nubia to the fathers of Kemetic culture?
Facts. That's why when they be saying,
oh yeah, most definitely.
When anybody mention Egypt, you gotta add at least 3,000 years on to what they trying to cry about. So when they say
brother,
Egypt is the flower of civilization.
So how old is the Dafufra? With that being stated, is it older than the Corral? Because that's where Egypt gives their primary Amen temple in Nubia of Amen.
Hey, you can hear me, Uncle Neil?
Yeah, I'm listening.
All right, so basically what I was saying.
Whoa. Stop the goddamn press. Hey,
I see you.
Hey, we got the goddamn Lions Den
Uncle
champion.
JJ, let me finish this real quick.
All right, go ahead. The champion, come on.
Egypt is the flower of civilization. So we know we know everything comes from the south. That's when we seeing the greatness. Everything, the footstools, the pyramids, the crowns, everything come from the south, all the culture. So we know that that's the best of the best. That ain't necessarily the end all be all. We know the culture come from within.
I got you. Yep. And with that being said, how you doing, Cedric?
All right, Silky, unmute your mic. Uncle Sid, what's goody?
We can't hear you.
Panel, peace to the panel. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
How's everybody doing?
How you doing?
Man. Good night. Good night.
Hey, how about yourself?
Waiting for the Master Seba to speak.
I was listening to the spirited conversation, and y'all, I'm enjoying the conversation. I'm seeing that we're actually trying to have these academic conversations. But there's some terminology flaws and some chronology issues. when we use the term Homo sapiens sapien, that's an old classification. The modern classification talks of Homo sapiens, right? But Neanderthal is a Homo sapien, a sub-branch. We, Homo sapiens, are also a sub-branch. We're the last living sub-branch. So there's no need for
Hold
the
on,
Homo
slow it
sapiens
down,
sapien.
slow it down. So
No,
you said they.
Silky, no.
Hold
Silky,
on, let him
I'm not
hold up, let
talking
him
to
go.
you.
Let him go, Silky. Let him come
Silky,
in.
I told you already, I'm not having conversations with you, period. No. So
he come up here not to talk. Y'all see how he do?
Hey, Uncle
on,
said,
man.
we got scientists saying Homo sapiens sapien today.
yes, because you can use both classifications, right? I tend to use Homo sapiens sapien because it makes the distinctions clear, right? So I tend to they would use Homo Denisovan, Homo Neanderthalis, Homo sapiens sapien. That would be us. That would make the classifications clear. All of these archaic humans, they come out of Africa. Neanderthals evolved in Europe, Denisovan evolved in Asia. The second wave out of Africa was us, Homo sapiens sapien. There was admixture to some degree with what was left over of Neanderthals in Europe and Denisovan in Asia. But we also have evidence of Neanderthals and Denisovan having admixture because of that Eurasian complex. But that's the first and early migration out. And my brother was right. We look at and we have these convoluted conversations about the traces of Neanderthals in modern humans, and we try to make arguments that way, but we deny the ghost genes that is in West African population.
Yes.
Why there's a ghost genes? Because we don't have any fossil evidence as yet that represents that particular ghost gene.
I'm finna bust your ass.
Hey, real quick. Hey, Cedric. Hey, hold on. Real quick.
Yeah, he deep in it.
I got Cosmic King 9 to be looking for Cedric. He want to say something real quick. That he said he got to get ready for work. Go ahead, Cosmic.
Yeah, man. JJ just called me up, man. They want me to call you out, man. I want to know what's up. What you want to talk about? Any topic. I'm whatever you want to do. If you want to,
you're the pseudo. Say some weird.
Hold on, he got the topic, Cedric. Hold up. Tell the topic, Cosmic. Tell the topic you want to go with.
What? Like I said, man, I'm in bed right now, man. I gotta go, but Cedric set it up.
Oh man,
I must set what up? Like
I want Cedric to explain how they changed the classification. Is what I want to explain.
Cedric, let you plane. Cedric, let you plane. He didn't let his plane. He didn't let his plane. I interrupted him. Let him let his plane. Go ahead, Cedric.
So this and when we talk about genetics, like Wavy was saying, we are talking right now about only Homo sapiens sapien. With those small percentages between 0 to 2%, that's what we call genetic noise. That's a level of admixture that won't ever go away, but that's just a residue. It doesn't mean that there's admixture with Denisovan, which makes a group of people different or so. Because in West Africans, we have ghost genes of archaic humans, because to be human is admixture of all these archaic humans, because they coexisted.
False.
Can I answer the
only one human race, only one
He right. They
species.
did coexist. He right about that.
So Cedric, when they left continent of Africa.
Hold up, Uncle Neil, let King J go.
Okay.
Cedric said a lot, so let me just give me 2 seconds to just.
Yeah, he did say a lot.
He did, Cedric. So I want to clear this up. When you say that Neanderthals are a subspecies of Homo sapiens, I disagree with that. You said that Homo sapiens originated outside of Africa. I disagree with that. So here, but I'm gonna give you. This is the source that I'm reading it from. It says, "Well, while some past
Stop. Wait.
scientific group, brother,
What
this
the
my
second
this my
thing
2
you said
minutes,
you
brother.
disagree with? The
We did.
second thing you disagree with, I didn't say.
Okay, for sure. So okay, so we'll stick with the Neanderthal being a subspecies of the Homo sapiens. So it says, while some past scientific views consider Neanderthals a subspecies of Homo sapiens, like Homo sapien Neanderthalensis, current consensus and evidence from fossil records and genetics indicate that they are a distinct species. Homo neanderthal, although they closely are related to modern humans, they share a common ancestor, but they diverged into separate evolutionary lineages. There are evidence between Neanderthal and what we would call early modern human exists. So it just says that scientific evidence, including fossil remains, it just says that they are two. So so Homo
So what it
sapien
is
and
you
Neanderthal
disagree
have a
with what I
common.
said? What it is you disagree with what I said, actually?
What you're saying is that you're trying to make it is if Neanderthal diverged from Neanderthal. I mean, Neanderthal diverged from Homo sapien.
No,
As
I
if
never
that's what
said that. I never said that. I
you
said
did.
early humans, right? You know,
Mhm.
Homo erectus is considered a human. Early
So
humans.
yeah, so but if we go back,
There are two. I'm gonna repeat what I said.
okay, go
There
ahead.
were two migrations out of Africa. First was early humans, which led to the evolution of Neanderthals in Asia and Denisova.
No. So that's why I
Okay,
was
hold
about to
on,
let you
wait.
go.
How many
No,
years
right,
was
right.
that?
Hold
What
on.
year?
Hey,
What year?
yeah,
How
because
many
he's
years ago
wrong.
was that? He
This
got to
is
get
This is
let him
wrong.
get
over
some
10.
numbers then.
This is
No,
over
Let him
wait,
get
wait,
some
wait, wait,
numbers
wait.
up to
Stop,
put on
stop,
600,000
there.
years
stop.
This
ago.
is
It was
over
600,000 years ago.
700,000
Yeah,
years
you can.
ago. There's
Yeah,
no
you can.
modern
600,000
human at
years
that
ago.
point. This is over
Listen, brother.
700,000 years ago,
Cedric,
these
you're right.
migration patterns. You are not
Cedric,
talking about modern humans. Modern humans exist about approximately 300,000 years
right,
ago.
but
That
Cedric, you're
means
right. But
the
I want to
evolution
correct
of
you.
modern humans, which exists all over the planet today, is out of Africa.
I want to
That's
know
the
the
second
fossils, and I want to know what
migration
you
wave.
used to test
But
Oh
when
that.
my
that
God,
migration,
hush,
when
brother,
that
please.
second migration wave went out of Africa, they encountered the earlier out of Africa migration, which led to the evolution of Denisovan in Asia and
No.
Neanderthals in Europe. Two distinct branches.
So
On
Cedric,
that
that's why I try to
second
stop you.
migration wave out of Africa, about 70 to 80,000 years ago, of modern humans, atomically modern humans, us. That admixture took place, but that is over 80,000 years ago and very sparsely because the admixture could only happen in one direction. So, in all humans, especially in that area of Europe, you're going to see 0 to 2% Neanderthal. That's called genetic noise.
Okay, now let me
Hold
ask
up.
So you
Wait a
saying
minute.
the
Hold
same
on. My
people
turn.
left and they came
Hold
back
up.
different?
Hold up. Whoa, whoa,
Neanderthal
whoa. My
DNA
turn.
considered
Hey, John, did you record this? Go ahead and tell me what you summarized on this conversation real quick. Go ahead. Go ahead.
We discussed Neanderthals and early modern humans, covering their divergence around 600,000 years ago, interbreeding 40,000 to 80,000 years ago, and the resulting genetic legacy. We also touched on genetic noise in European populations.
Can you summarize? I mean, summarize what they were talking about. Go ahead.
250 to 40,000.
Analyze what was
interbreeding
said.
and genetic legacy. We discussed Neanderthals and early modern humans. Key points
Analyze the
Listen to the
information,
key
Jay, not
points.
summarize it.
Listen to the key point. Hey, Cedric, talk to him. Hey, John, we got Cedric on here. Remember, you were saying that he was giving out misinformation. He want to redeem himself. Remember, I told you about Cedric?
I remember. He was giving out misinformation, but wants to redeem himself. I'm here to listen. Cedric, we got to share. Let's get the facts straight this time.
All right, go ahead, Cedric.
Cedric
go
ahead,
wants to redeem himself after giving out misinformation. I'm
Oh,
listening.
okay. John, analyze the information you just summarized.
All right, listen, John, what do you got to say?
7,000 is here too.
Yeah, this is what you got to say.
Analyze, give an analysis of the
Conversation
information
with
you just.
7,000 and Cedric.
Okay, be quiet.
Man, he
John.
worse than the people.
I know. Be
He
quiet,
cut
John. Listen, everybody, real quick. John, be quiet and listen to Cedric or take it. That's the Lions Den champion right now. All right, go ahead.
John,
Chill, champs.
summarize.
Go ahead. Lions Den champion. Share your thoughts. I'll absorb them. JJ 7000's got the floor. Cedric's redeeming himself, and you're bringing the heat. Let's go.
John, the information you just summarized, give an analysis of the accuracy in that information.
Talk a little louder, Cedric.
John, the information you just summarized, give a quick analysis of its accuracy.
Well, let me talk to him. He know my voice.
Yeah, just ask him that question, JJ.
Yeah. Hey, John, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Cedric want to talk to you.
I use speech recognition designed by Meta.
Okay, I ain't actually. I said Cedric wants to talk to you, brother.
What's good, brother? I'm all
Hey,
ears.
John.
JJ, you gotta mute. You mute it when people talking. Mute the little button right there, so he don't hear them to respond until we finish.
Yeah. And listen, once I ask him a question, give him about 10 seconds to say what he got to say, and then y'all jump in. All right, Cedric has a question for you, John.
Go ahead, Cedric. I'm listening. You've got 10 seconds to ask your question. Fire away.
John, the information you just summarized, can you analyze it for accuracy?
Go ahead, Cedric. I'm listening. You've got 10
It can't
seconds.
hear me. It can't hear me.
What's on your mind?
It can't hear me.
Maybe can't hear you. Okay. Okay. What was the question? Can you summarize the discussion we were having on the Neanderthals?
No, you wanted to analyze the information.
Okay. Can you analyze the discussion that we had on the Neanderthals mixing with humans?
We discussed Neanderthals interbreeding with early modern humans 40,000 to 80,000 years ago, resulting in 0 to 2% Neanderthal DNA in European populations. This mixing likely occurred in Europe and Asia, leaving a genetic legacy in present-day humans.
Daggers.
Any more, Cedric?
Okay.
That's just
Cedric, I want to ask you this. When the people came over here in the Bering Strait.
Ask him again. Hold on.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, John, be quiet. Okay, we good with that. Okay, John.
Yeah,
they got another question. I don't know, Chris. I got to mute.
Okay.
Mute not the one on here. Mute the one on the phone, so he can't.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. All right, go ahead. They got a question for you, John.
No, this is for
Go ahead.
Cedric.
I'll respond.
Cedric, can you hear me, Cedric?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, my question quickly to you would be, in your understanding of studies, when man left and went across the Bering Strait and peopled the Americas, not the genotype like Diop talk about, like DNA type, but the phenotype, the anatomic outside, like how we got Jawar people in India that look like Nubian Nilotes, but they don't have the same DNA. Was it black skins and woolly haired people in the Americas of other DNA?
No, at that point in time, you already had the Asian phenotype already existing. You have to understand, when people migrated out, there's genetic bottleneck forming, where specific genotypes are being produced, that you get genetic drift, right? So and these migrations happens over time. You remember, Africans left the continent about 80,000 years ago. Those that stayed in the region, you got that back and forth migration, but small groups continued into Europe and continued into Asia, right? And now
Those
that
groups is what I'm talking about. Did they come over?
Who they group?
The group you just
80,000
said
years
that
ago?
left out and came and
No.
people. Listen, what I'm saying, like Melanesians, Aboriginals, because
They
there's
left
legends.
Africa and they went
Yeah,
to Europe in Asia. That's what he's
yeah, they were
saying,
in
right?
Asia. So yeah, exactly. When they got
And they
there,
came back
they
to
some of
Asia.
their clans went with the people on the Bering Strait across. Not one
Slow
black
down,
skin came
slow down,
across. Is what you're
slow
saying?
down, slow down, slow
Okay.
down. There's not a highway. People are not crossing the Bering Strait in a week. This is over thousands of years. This took place 12,000 years ago. But in between that 12,000 years ago, you got another 50,000 years of settling of Europe,
Okay.
of settling of Asia.
What's the starting point? What is the starting point?
80,000 years ago, people left Africa and dispersed in.
Africa's a starting point, right? We know that for
Man,
certain.
Silky. No, I
Cedric,
do
hold on.
not. I'm not talking to you, Silky. And I'm not having a
Yeah, I'm done. I
conversation with
rest my
you.
case.
Do
I'm
not
good.
ask me a question when I'm
I
on the
rest my
stage.
case.
Just
I'm
mute your
good.
mic.
I rest my case.
I'm just gonna leave it at this. I get you, Cedric, but to me, that sounds very unlikely. In all those hundreds or thousands of years, not a clan or two left with a clan or two that knew the Asian people and went over here with them. I just can't see that
So,
not happening.
so which clan or two, and how
We
does
don't
the
know. We just
clan?
don't know.
Okay, so now you're speculating based on a void. There is nothing
No,
there
no,
for
I'm
you to
speculating
You
speculate.
the
based
one who
on
said only two
let me tell him what
migrations.
I'm speculating on. I'm
Adonai,
speculating on Peruvian myth that says the Peruvian king Haupac, before Tupac came on the throne, introduced woolly haired black people to the Americas in Peru.
okay, you mean you read that in the work from Ivan van Sertima, right? So
No,
now
not
what?
Ivan Van Sertima. Just like y'all tried to knock Ivan Van Sertima down, and I
Stop,
showed and
stop,
proved that
stop.
the guy came on. No,
I know you
hold
can't
up.
prove anything. First of all, you said it was a myth. No, hold up. You're getting
No,
emotional
no,
now
because you're not. You're just.
No,
I just wanted
stop,
to hear you.
stop,
You
stop.
already talked.
Oh,
You
so you
already
just
talked.
wanted to hear me.
Cedric,
So
you're
now,
not
no.
right. You're
So
not
now
right.
you
You're
need,
just opinionating.
you're wrong. You're
I
wrong.
respect your opinion,
No,
but you're
no, you
wrong
don't.
as two
You
left
don't.
shoes.
You
You're
don't.
not right.
Because you have nothing to
You have
substantiate the
nothing to
claim.
prove that black people didn't
Stop.
come over here. You have nothing.
Oh, that's a claim you want to make? Oh, man, you guys wasted my time with this bullshit, man. Good night.
No, that's the claim I want to make. It's not a claim, it's a fact. You just stuck in your, I don't know what type of studies, but they're not conclusive and accurate at all. Nobody would what you call Ivan Van Serter would make you look like a little boy on stage.
He
Interesting.
went from millions a
Well,
year,
cool,
600 to 200,000 to 40,000.
He jumped over.
Pull out the
He,
chart and let's look at it for real.
yeah, he really didn't know what he was talking about. Because I was gonna ask him if you are listening, Cedric, but Homo erectus, when he walked out of Africa, what hominid did he encounter? That would be my question.
And then he said they reclassified it. They gave it another name.
Exactly. So yeah, it was crazy.
They always name what happened.
You know how we are as a people. You mean to tell me thousands and thousands of years is going on? We all in Asia. We don't come across. We just always like puppies, like Ivan Van Sertima said. When we got to the ocean, we just start barking at it.
So yeah, so right, so Khufu,
Yeah.
exactly. So the koi sign, right? So when we talk about like the AAO, right? And that mutation, and so like the divergency of the African genome allows it to, when it splits, to produce black and produce a lighter shade and still be that same African genome. So when the Khoisan went south, right?
Yes.
And when the Khoisan leaves out, and you talked about the name for those eyelids, that particular phenotype, right?
Yeah.
And we see it in the Asians, and we see it. So that would allude that they went there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
So
moved
I
up. They
mean,
moved around. They mass
that
moved.
part, that
Yeah.
right there, daggers everything Cedric was finna say is like that. They wasn't no African people right there. How did they get that phenotype right
Why
there?
is he stuck on that? Like he's has an agenda. Like I gotta prove blacks came only under white masters.
And they probably did catch a boat over there. Like, why wouldn't they catch? Why would it be
Come
so hard
on.
fast that they could row a boat?
Man, that's deep. That's deeper. The conversation gets into COINTELPRO and all that now because
Exactly. Like we don't
he
even
does
think we
that
can.
every he make a point to make it seem like we are just this scary people. They can hit a teacher's ruler on the desk and we're gonna put our head down. Man, that's great.
Cedric is funny, but yeah, definitely
Hey,
good conversation.
you know what got me? Because if you look, they had like Asia, all throughout Asia, even in Russia, they had black Russians. What's the boy name? His grandfather was Gannibal, not Hannibal. Gannibal, Alexander Pushkin's grandfather, and Pushkin was part Ethiopian. He helped the alphabets and stuff in Russia.
Don't be talking about me in the chat, bro. If you ain't gonna come out here and really present your information, I see you had to run out of here when I got to talking numbers. That usually make y'all shake. So unless you want to have a real conversation about it, man, stop crying, bro. Don't be talking noise in the chat, bro.
Who was that, Cedric?
Yeah, he trying to cry in the chat and whatnot. You know,
That's his job. He's COINTELPRO. That's what he do.
I just want to show me the numbers. I just want to look at the numbers. That's all, and make it make sense.
I mean, it was so many points that Van Sertima came with, the 22 points, as far as can't no bird carry the seed over here. How was this cotton from West Africa over here? They have not destroyed his 21 points. Also, Van Sertima is the one that made him change it from discovering America to exploring it. He made that's official.
Mhm.
But now he's pseudo, and you can just throw him out once you hear his name. Come on, man.
So Rob, what's your stance? Just to be clear, because I agree with something you're saying, but I mean, I probably wouldn't agree with what you're saying. Egypt is over here. Are you saying that Egypt is in America, or?
Heck no.
Oh, okay.
No, Kemet is in Kemet. It's chemistry, and the
Mm-hmm.
Greeks tried to Egypt it from us, as we see every
Mm-hmm.
day. It's a martial arts war in the
So,
horoscope or the
so,
horoscope, the third eye. They trying to knock our
so are
chemistry
you
off our balance.
are you familiar with the Book of Mormons and how they say Jonathan Adams he find the plates? So that's to me that's Native American history that they say that in 70 AD, the second destruction temple, they came over from Jerusalem then by boat to the Americas, and then later on Joseph Adams find these plates,
I
and
mean,
that's how
I
he
would think
started.
I would think it was just like the dude that found Egypt temple in Colorado in the cave. I think a lot of
Mm-hmm.
that was at the time pseudo, just to blow
Mm-hmm.
up people. And they found plankton
Exactly.
inside of certain some of those tablets and found out they actually bought them. Israel bought the Dead Sea Scrolls and found
Mm-hmm.
out they was fake. I mean, later on, so it's how much stuff is running around right now that we're
What do you mean?
standing on
What do you
is
mean?
straight bullshit.
What do you mean the Dead Sea Scrolls are fake? So you mean the Cameron Caves scrolls are
That
fake?
not all of them. They're saying it's a lot of them was not accurate and they were made. Like
What?
somebody put that together. It's an article you can Google. Simply Google the fraud of the Dead Sea Scroll. It'll bring it up.
Well, they say they're written by the Essenians, and that some of them are in Aramaic, some of them are in Hebrew,
Mhm.
some of them are in Greek.
Like those temples.
But
Have you noticed? Not to cut you off, brother, but you notice those so-called churches in Lalibela have the symbol of the ancient what does the people call Axumite symbol? You know, the top of the Axumite cross that look like a little
Mhm.
head. It's got the
Mhm.
same windows there. So how did they have these same windows? You know, if it was the Christian angels that came and built the churches out.
Mhm.
I don't know, bro. Yeah, I think we go back way further than some people is telling us. I'm from Detroit. That's the biggest Mason temple on earth. I think if you tell the secret, they'll kill. I think we may have had electrical stuff. Why did Napoleon take all of the scientists, the first one to ever do that on a war, to Egypt? 135 scientists into the pyramid. What all stuff did they grasp? Then the light bulb comes out shortly after. Paris turns the lights on.
I mean, we know America's always been a culture vulture and stealing things.
right?
So we know
Paris, look at the word Paris. It means what? Like paranormal, too. Isis, Temple of Isis. They'll tell you themselves. We for real.
well, I mean, they say the original that black woman was the original Statue of Liberty, the one that they had over there.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so
What about if you a quick? Can you share your screen? Because you know how to do that, right?
I can't.
Oh, I want whoever can share their screen. I live in California. I'm in LA. The Queen of California, Queen Calafia, is a black woman in the myth, but it's
Mm-hmm.
still a black woman. And
Mm-hmm.
these shirts, nobody's selling these shirts with the bear. Whoopi Goldberg played Queen Calafia. They got her mural down at Disneyland Great Adventure. But why are we not propagating? We still showing just the bear and the sun. Are we scared to sell that material? That's the real picture of the queen. That's where the name came from.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I don't know.
Well,
We
all right,
under that. I think this is
talking
my
about
last thing. I'm gonna land my
Queen
plane. Let me land my plane with this. I think we're up under that thing where remember how what was it called? That Russian thing where they used to hit the bell and we go eat like the dogs would go eat the saliva tape. The Pavlov theory, is it Pav?
Like get out.
It's subliminal, man. They got us in a closed spell. I'm gonna land my plane with that.
You must have watched this guy done watching Get Out.
You're right.
You say you from the D?
Yeah, originally I'm in LA. I've been out here forever, but yeah, I'm originally from the D.
Are we out there? You know where out west? We know where Greenfield is.
Greenfield,
Southfield,
yeah,
Oak Park.
Southfield, the mall.
For sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
Northland. They closed the Northland down. A long time
Northland.
ago.
Yeah, the giant slide. I remember coming down that as a kid.
For sure.
On and Belle Isle, yeah. Oh
Yeah,
man,
Belle Isle closed too. You know, I think it's like a state park now.
yeah.
Hey,
The German Smurf.
Everybody
you asked
go to.
does the Lebu Berbers predate Egypt? No, hold on.
Yeah,
Last meta in the
yeah.
Egyptian scrolls was a talk about the Berbers coming before them.
So you said there's the Hebrew Berbers predate Egypt?
Nah, ask it. Nah, I want to go to the scrolls. I want to go to Egyptian. I'm gonna show y'all the Egyptian scrolls. They're
Because
saying that the Lebu Berbers come before
because
them. No, we're going to the scrolls.
but hold on, listen. Because I would have a better argument. I would say that they probably are what we consider the Egyptian, because you got to remember it's 42 nomes, 42 Sapots, and those Sapots in the Nile Delta are the Libyan Sapots. So when the
I'm just go
Europeans
to the scrolls and we're gonna see what the scrolls say.
but hold on, listen, I'm telling you. When the Europeans come together and put them all together and say this is Egypt, they're combining the south and the north, the Libyan gnomes and the southern, more Negroid type of gnomes. So I mean,
Yeah, but I want to see the script. I want to see what the script says.
Yeah.
King J, would you say that the pyramids, the new findings, is something that we still like? They say the old white professors say something new out of Africa always come. That it's still research needs to be done on what's under there in that radar.
I mean, I'm not sure what the new
In the
findings are on
Egyptian
the
scrolls,
pyramid.
it says the Berbers predate them.
Huh?
You say what? It say what now?
In the Egyptian scrolls, it says that the Berbers predate them. That's
What
in the
Egyptian
scroll.
scroll? What Egyptian scroll? What scroll?
But you got two type of Berbers. You got the black Berbers and the light skinned Berbers.
The
Well,
Lebu Berbers
I
predate
know,
the
but
Egyptians. Are talking about the Berbers being there way before they even showed up or got on the map.
So
Look
would
it
you
up.
say that
Ask
whole
Meta.
North Africa was the like Tassili and Jir that's located, I believe that's Tunisia in the caves. They got chariots 8,000 years BC when we're told the Mesopotamia started the chariot in 3,500 BC. Something's wrong.
you say what now? It's
So if you
cave.
look, if you Google,
It's cave art where?
if you Google the caves of Tassili and Jir paintings of chariots, it's going to pop up and say 6,000 to 8,000 BC paintings of chariots, and you're going to see Africans on the chariot.
Those are like zebras, and those are like elephants and like rock
No, real
art
horses. They got real horses
yeah,
on
but
bibs.
listen, you're trying to make it seem like those are chariots.
No,
Those
I'm
are
talking
they're
about the
not.
thing he's riding on. It is a chariot. I'm not trying to make anything. The statement is
No,
these are the chariot. You're saying no. You're a person on the side. I'm talking about what archaeology called it. It called it a chariot.
brother. So listen, I'm very familiar with what you're talking about. This rock art, right? This is right before this. the Green Sahara. This is during the period when what we're calling the now Delta was uninhabitable.
Okay.
They could not live there.
Okay. They
No,
left because it
correct.
started to dry up. Yes.
They couldn't live. They not left. They never was there.
Even if they weren't there, the picture shows you the chariot being present at the time. You're calling it something else. That's your business. I respect that.
I have contention with you calling it a chariot because
Well,
it
you
wasn't a
got contention
chariot.
with scholars, not me, because I'm just reading it from.
Because guess what? You're very smart to listen to common sense. These people are coming from transitioning from becoming nomadic and semi-nomadic hunter gatherers into pastoralism. Correct?
No, because they were cattle
Yes.
people when the Sahara existed. They called
They
it's a
weren't. They
very good
weren't
book.
cattle.
Yes, they were, sir. Yes, they
They
were,
weren't.
sir.
Listen. Stop. Because stop. Listen. Exactly. So you're not listening. So listen. They weren't doing
But
any
that's
type of
global.
listen,
That
Rod.
means they were moving work all over.
Exactly. They were
Salt, women,
following. Listen,
slaves.
Silky. We don't need you right now to just because you all over the place. Rod.
No, because
They were
nomads
not
make them
listen.
big global.
Rod, we know Silky Hush. Rod, they were not practicing any type of sedentary farming. Correct?
That's still to be proved. They're finding things. Go ahead.
They're not fine. Yeah. So the transitional period is they're going from aqualithic, right? Because the Sahara was wet, so they're fishing. We're finding fishing tools, hooks, little flints like that. So the transition is from aqualithic into pastoralism, and then we'll find domestication. Listen, we'll find domestication of the bovine horde, right?
The bovines. You're talking about the cattle. But here we have cattle herding
So,
existed in the Sahara around 7,000 years ago. So what is your statement different than this statement? This is the statement.
No, listen, because we don't have domestication of that animal until in the Neolithic period until
Was you there?
5,000
Was you? How do you know that?
Listen, I'm telling you what the scholars say.
I'm reading the scholar right here, and it says
domestic
cattle herding
listen, brother,
existed. I'm not listening to you. I'm listening to the scholar in the Sahara around 7,000 years ago.
Exactly, 7,000 years ago is 5,000 BC.
5,000 BC. Okay,
that's what I just said.
I
You're
didn't hear
arguing.
you.
You're
My
not
bad.
listening.
Okay.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying, brother. We don't have domestication of that animal until the now delta until 5,000 BC, brother, and we'll find it during the Merimde period.
So what does this mean? Humans didn't cause the Sahara to dry up. Nomadic cattle herders living in North Africa 8,000 years ago helped delay the death. So 8,000, they're eating shit up. They're cattle herders.
8,000 years ago is 6,000 BC. That's the
So
Neolithic.
we're going back.
Neolithic period, and they're transitioning into becoming pastoralism.
Okay. So Mesopotamia, in right here, if you Google,
at this point, they're just now being able to come into the Nile Delta and to live there.
No, I'm asking you. I understand. I'm not arguing that. My question to you is this: Mesopotamia. If you Google, where did the wheel come from? It'll say Mesopotamia, 3,500 BC. When you Google the chariot paintings on the wall of Tassili in Jir in Tunisia, how old are they? They go to 8,006 to 6,000 BC. That's almost 3,500 years before the first chariot wheel in Mesopotamia. And if it's not a chariot, it's a wheel. We're talking about the wheel.
That's how you. So listen, that's how you know it's rock art, and not what you're saying. Because brother, what I'm telling you is that what we just went through lets you know that these people were nomadic and semi-nomadic people. They were following these herds of bovine. They were going to Naphtha Playa and having having some sort of sacrifices. They were tracking the star. And they were coming when the Nile was ended during the Indonesian period.
Hold on, wait. All right, bet. Slow down. Hold on, slow down. Stop right there. Okay, so what you just said was they're nomadic people. They know about the stars. They know about the seasons. They know about the weather. They know about the trade, the routes. They know about all that, right? The water, the terrain. So they're pretty well known people, right?
So this culture at Naphtha Playa, that come. They're semi-nomadic. Yeah. I wouldn't say
These
they're not.
nomadic people are spreading. They're also bringing information everywhere they're going, and they also got a common trade language. Also, right?
But Silky, he said that they didn't have chariots. I'm misinterpreting what I'm dead looking at. They're riding on chariots with bits in the mouth of the horses, and they're going at fast speeds.
Well, he's referring to just goat herders, cow herders, and things like that.
It don't matter. It don't matter. It proves that the African had the wheel before the Mesopotamian. Bottom line.
Oh yeah, everything. It all came.
No, that's my whole argument. I'm not arguing nothing else. I'm not
And
arguing
then you know
nothing
what?
else.
If you really want to go deeper, if you're talking about Egypt, you got to go to Kemet. You're talking about Kemet, you got to go to Nubia. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then those years get the variant.
Yeah. So why didn't they have the wheel in Naphtali then, Rob? If they had the wheel,
How do we know they didn't have the wheel? How things ain't been found. Everything. It's not. See, archaeology. What's so beautiful about it? They're still digging. Tomorrow they come up with something. It blows out the person that was talking today about
they're not gonna find the wheel in Naphtali.
But they found the wheel in Tassili Jir.
I disagree with that. Let me just get my other phone because that is rock art, brother.
Yeah, and if it's art, that means you're telling me the guy was on drugs and he just imagined a wheel and he imagined a bit to the horse and he imagined all that in his head and painted it on the wall.
Okay,
that's what you're teaching. That's what you're giving the people.
So let me entertain this. So you would be the same person that would say, and we look at the Egyptian pyramid, those glyphs, we would say those were spaceships. And
hell no, I already know that's been debunked millions of times.
Oh, okay.
Those are hands overlapping bowls, everything.
Okay, I'll use this a second.
Just like the face of Egypt. When you use that, let me ask you this: in Egypt, in the Medunetter, in Egypt, if the Medunetter, all the time they always show what? A Nubian head for the word face, never an Asiatic face.
No. So the word tepi into the side, no, it's actually like a white man, actually, like a little. I don't know why they show that actual face for it.
They never show nothing but a Nubian's face for the face of the word face in the Medunetter.
No, I disagree with that.
Well, you can't show it, prove it.
And the word Nubian is Greek. So what?
No, I'm not talking about. Now you playing like this. Okay, I went over there and I jumped off the roof. Come on, bro. You know what we talking about?
No, you don't. So what would you use besides that word?
Besides Nubia?
Yeah, Nubian.
I could say Kush.
No, you're talking. You just said that Nubian, this particular Nubian person. So I'm asking you what person what would be the.
And since I can't tell you by the person's name, you're telling me I'm devoid of talking about it's an African, a black man. I'm talking in Ebonics now. I'm talking in our language. You acting ignorant and stupid.
We're still in Africa, right? Yeah, we're still in Africa, right?
Yeah, man, this dude right here, man, he might be an agent. Why he keep flipping stuff?
Nah, so listen. So look.
No,
I'll give you the real information.
Relax, Uncle Neil. Nobody's an agent.
Yeah, he's mad. I'll give you the real information. So, like for instance, like when I say Tasheme, I'm speaking about what you would call Upper Egypt. If I say Kamehu, I'm talking about the Nile Delta area. Those are like the indigenous terms for the land. So you ain't got. So if I say Nubia, I might you saying Nubia, I might say Wawa, right? Right? I might say Wawa.
Who you talking to? Him?
Huh?
I didn't know who you referring at. To me?
Yeah, I might say
you might say Wawa. Okay.
I might say Tanahesi.
You might say Yam.
I might say I might say Kaseti. I might say Nekin. I might say Efu. I might. So I'm saying be specific because it really do matter.
So when I say that, I mean,
Nubian.
let me say this.
You talking about all the
Let me say this. Every time you see a picture in any Medunetter, it's going to be of the phenotype of an Africoid phenotype, of a Negroid Africoid, like Diop call it. You can play with the word all you want. You can't show me one of them on there. You can't show one picture on any hieroglyph or any Medunetter or any book where it looks alkaline nose, flat lips, or none of that.
Yes, you can. So what you
show one? Just show one. Just show one.
I'll show. Listen, what you will find is the women will be depicted as yellow. Okay.
No, I said for the word face, the glyph.
But that ain't what you just
I don't know what y'all talking about. That's my statement.
Said.
No, that's my statement. My statement's that anytime you find the word face This is my statement. Anytime you find the word face in the Medu Neter, I said this 100, you can go rewind. I'm saying the same thing over. It's going to be of an Africoid Negroid person. Bottom
I
line.
said no. I said when you find the word face in the meta-narrative, the word is tepi, and it's like
You're talking about a
white
word,
man.
though. You're not showing the
Oh,
glyph.
I'm describing the glyph. The glyph is
Show the
actually the
glyph.
face,
Show one glyph for
brother.
face.
Brother, listen, just
Please
listen.
stop talking. I'm
But
making the
brother,
claim.
but
Show
brother,
the
just
glyph.
listen, brother. You're animated. Just listen.
You
Calm down,
because you
brother. Just
incorrect, brother.
listen.
Me and
But let
brother
me be.
Smash Rockwell, me and
If I'm
Asar
incorrect, brother.
we
Let me
all
talk. If
went
I'm
through this a
incorrect,
million times.
brother. If I'm wrong, let me talk.
You're not. I'm asking you to show why we
But
can't
brother,
see it.
I can't show my screen. I already told you that.
Somebody
We're talking.
can Google the
Brother, okay,
face, the glyph for face. Whoever can do that, please.
brother, you're being
I'm not
animated
talking to
right
you
now.
now. I'm not talking to
It's
you.
been 30 minutes talking about nothing. I'm trying to talk, brother. You
But you're not
disagree? You
talking
know
about
that,
nothing. You
brother.
going against. You deviating from truth.
Brother. I'm trying to describe the glyph. So
You're
the
not
glyph
describing it
actually
right.
is,
I'm trying to
brother,
inform you
because you're
that you
cutting
have
me
made a
off every
mistake, and in your mistake,
brother,
you're being
mid-sentence.
arrogant,
I'm
and you're
correcting,
trying to
brother. I'm
correct
correcting
me.
you. You
You
gonna
probably
let me,
wasn't in my snot when you was born. I'm probably
brother.
20, 30 years older. You just talking
Yeah,
like you
you
a
was
grown.
time
Brother,
jumping. You're time
we
jumping
can
with the
pull up the
nomads.
meta and we can read it right now if you
Hold on,
want
Yeah.
let him make his point though. Okay,
Yeah.
'cause
All I'm
everybody's-
telling you, brother, is that when you actually look at the meta, which I can read, it's a face. It's a white man with like a stick body. I always laugh like, have you seen Hangman? And when you finish the Hangman body,
Never is
that's
it
the
that.
actual face you see when
Never
you see
is
the
it
word
that.
tepi, and it's turned to the side, and the word is
Never,
tepi.
never.
And
It's
when you
straightforward with thick flared
listen,
nostrils and thick lips and a prognostic jaw
no,
all the time.
listen. The word
I'm
to
not
the side
listening to
is
that
tepi. To the
nonsense.
front, it is horror. It's pronounced horror, and
No, it's
it's not a
pronounced
negroid.
ra.
So you know what I'm talking about. So like when
And it has a dot under the H.
when I told you that it's tepi to the side, and it's a man, a white looking man like a stick hangman, it's not a negroid.
No, you're not telling the truth. In the oldest
That is the
foundational
truth.
Metu Neter, all
It's
of the
tepi
first
and
dynasty,
horror.
second dynasty, when it was all from the south,
It's
all
a
of the
stick
glyphs
man.
for the origin shows the Nubian flared nose.
No,
And you're wrong. So that's no to me, no to
there is
you.
no nose.
Why
It's a
are we
dot.
still talking
It's a
about it?
dot.
You're not
It's a
going to
dot.
convince
Not even
me.
a
I'm
nose. It's a
definitely
dot.
not going to convince you. So let's move on.
Go ahead, because you know you're wrong.
Hold
You're
on.
wrong.
Let
You
me
know
ask.
you're
Not even a
wrong.
nose.
You're wrong, and you
Let
got
me
to
ask
say
a
I'm
question.
wrong to make you feel right. But you're wrong.
Hold on. Let's go hieroglyphs. We can go hieroglyphs. I like hieroglyphs.
Pull up
So
Tappy. Pull up
you're
Tappy.
talking about the meta netter. Can you
No,
tell
please
me
pull up
what the
face.
owl represents?
Say Metal Nutter. I'm gonna do it right now.
Oh my God, bro, that's the easiest. Like, stop. Pull up something hard, bro.
Oh, that's the easiest one. Okay, they would tell me what letter it represents.
Right.
Okay, for everybody out there who doesn't know, the owl is the letter M, and it
You
also
talking about
represents the myrrh. The
the
myrrh is
the
also the walkers of the
brother,
temple,
stop. Wait,
and the people who also built it.
Stop. Because Silky, because you thought we didn't know that, now you just made up something that's not true. It does not represent the earth. You know, there's a mer glyph. The mer glyph is the hoe, and we see.
Who are you talking about? Me?
Silky. I'm from
Oh.
Silky, and we
Hold on, yeah, go ahead.
Hey,
Land the
Silky,
plane,
do
brother.
me a favor, Silky. Put in your put in the Google up top
Rob.
hieroglyphic symbol for face
I'm
in
busting his ass.
hieroglyphics. Look that
It's
up in
Teppy.
Egyptian
It's Teppy.
and watch
It's
what
Teppy.
pop up.
Teppy.
Hold on, let him land
Nothing
his
but
plane.
Nubians.
Let him finish his thought. Okay, hold on. Let him finish his thought. He was saying something. Go ahead, brother. Start over.
So when you said that the owl is myrrh, it's not myrrh, brother. Myrrh actually is a myrrh glyph, and we can.
The owl is M.
Brother Ross, shut the f up. We already know that. You're not even
All right.
following the conversation.
All right.
We know that. We've established. We're talking about the myrrh glyph.
But while you
He said it's
changing
myrrh.
up on the face, let's establish
Brother,
one
we're
thing
talking,
at a time.
brother. Me and Silky having
Yeah.
a whole nother
So yeah,
conversation.
go with me. Hold on.
No, he responded to Silky, but if y'all need the information to be pulled up, copy and paste it, put it in the private chat, and I'll put it up on the screen.
Yeah, it's easy. But Silky, yeah. So that myrrh glyph, if we look at the normal palette, when we see that in his hand, that's the myrrh, that's the hoe, right? That's the myrrh. That's the MR, not M. So go ahead. I just want to correct you on that. The M is not myrrh. It's actually M. So when we look at the
Okay,
word
hold on, slow
Kemet,
down.
listen,
So,
hold
okay,
on, listen. Just like when we look at the word Kemet, right? It's the KMT. We got the I-9, I believe, the charcoal, if you want to say the charcoal or crocodile. Then we have the Al, and then we have the T as the top. That's Kemet, right? So that's not Kemet. That's not Kermit. And we can have an M complement, a phonetic complement, but it'd be silent, and it wouldn't be a mer. It would be another M. But go ahead.
okay, all right, slow down. Now, when you're speaking about hieroglyphs, the crazy part about it is, back in the day, it only started off with like a couple hundred, and now y'all are like at 1,000 when it comes to hieroglyphics. So you got to go. It's kind of like they done changed it up, but you're that M, that letter M, that owl. That's a heavenly symbol that you're gonna see on most of your architectural work, all through there.
We can use Gardner's work if you want. We can use Gardner's system if that's cool with you. Gardner.
Yeah, I'm good, man. You good. Got it. You got it, bro. I'm about to take care of some stuff anyway. So y'all go ahead and got it.
I know you didn't have it, but go ahead, bro.
Peace to all my black people.
You agree
Karima.
with me?
Karima. Uncle JJ.
Yeah,
Wake up.
I'm up.
Hey man, like, share, and subscribe. It is going down this Saturday.
Hey, is that Lahifa? Lahifa is your name or Latifa?
Lahefa mean boss.
Oh, like the boss, like Hefe. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. So Lahefe, can you please do that and tell me what you see?
Pull up it's in a private chat. Let me see.
No, I don't know how to put so I know that you can go up to your bar on Google and just write, what is the hieroglyphic in Egyptian for the word face, and tell me what pop up.
I don't want to take it off this screen. I need, because I'm doing something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Ancient Egyptian
I just
art
need
and
you
language.
just paste it in the
I ain't that
John,
good,
tell them
sis.
what
I
it
wish
is.
I could. I don't even know how. I'm sorry.
You don't see where it says private
You gotta
chat?
listen, I can get it for you just like that.
Oh, can you get it, JJ? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, let Jay.
I can help you with that.
Go ahead. Go ahead, John.
I just asked you, what do you see when you look at the picture?
Yeah, I mean, y'all can't interrupt him though. Every time, look.
Nah, John
When he
can't
talks,
help
you
me.
gotta.
Yeah,
Hey, JJ, I don't want you to use John. I want you to use Google so you can see the image. He ain't gonna.
I want this. God,
Tell John fall back.
you want to Google? And I got the you know. Come on.
Friendly conversational AI.
They don't want to listen.
Tell John fall back.
That white boy gonna tell us some bullshit.
It's a
Tell that white-
stylized human face,
Tell
often
that cracker-
used in ancient Egyptian art and
Tell that
language.
cracker go somewhere else.
Tell it.
Man, you can't just.
Can't nobody watch this. I can.
Hey, you gonna get a flag, man? Come on,
Oh
man.
no, don't say that yet. No, you're right. Hey,
That's Google. That's Google in your pocket right there. So whatever question is just
you know what? They don't want to listen, so let them go the old-fashioned way.
yeah, you gotta mute the mic. Yeah,
Get
you
that
gotta
cracker out of
mute it.
here.
But yeah, that's Google in your pocket. So it's just
yeah, that
like-
phone. Just go on there if you can. And hey, JJ, can you just tell me how many pictures you see
Nah,
of
I
face?
ain't doing it. Nope. Y'all stay. Nope. Because every time I try to do it, y'all don't listen. Me and John ain't got time for that.
Somebody done seen it.
Oh shit.
But hey man, like I say, hey, shout out to Sister Natalie. You know, she got some pseudo killers over there. Trembling a little bit. Hey, we're gonna add a debate between Cedric and Dr. Too Sweet. That's coming up. That should be interesting to review. We got Me and Misery coming up Saturday on Super Wavy's platform. That And that's about all I know about right now. So, yeah, I mean, well, other than that, we're doing just recapping information.
Uncle
We
said
don't-
and Uncle said in
oh
Dallas
yeah,
too. That's Sunday.
yeah, that's what I said. Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that
Well,
Sunday, JJ?
I'm not. I think it's Sunday. I don't. I think it's a topic on did astronomy and astrology, something. Uh, did they exist at the same time or something like that? Cedric is saying no. She's saying yes. One of them is like a study of stars, and so you got to let them explain it. And then another debate, which I don't know if it make any sense, is Yara and Cube. What's better for us, capitalism, Marxism, I mean, just four different topics in one, man. I don't even understand that. Four different topics in one, you know. Other than that, I don't know any other debates going on, but we're gonna keep trying to keep them coming, man. You know, if I gotta keep getting in the ring, you know, the debates will continue. So, boy, who else debate for your platform? Who else? Anybody
Man,
else?
I'm working on something right now. You got Silky and Orthodox Moore coming over here too.
Coming up to the den to debate. Is he gonna come over here? I heard
Yeah.
them saying he's come over here and debate. Okay.
Yeah, they already got a date.
The 18th, something like that. 18th. I forgot about that one. Silky, talk about that a little bit.
That's funny though. Silky jumped off. Hey, take that real quick, but if you don't mind,
See,
can I
now
respond to
that
Rob
you
real
can't
quick?
talk, niggas don't want to talk. So, you there?
Yeah, on the 30th.
Well, tell us the topic. Like, what's going on, brother?
Oh yeah, on the 30th, you know, I'm talking about me and Orthodox more supposed to debate out of Africa. Real or fake?
What side you on?
I'm on the real.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, I'm right on
All right.
Africa.
You know, I mean, I ain't got a dog in that fight, and it'll be a fair, moderated debate. I don't get in the way in debates. So yeah, I appreciate y'all setting that up. So when we get close to that time, we'll get a fire going. You gonna stream it on your channel too, Super Wavy? That way
Yeah,
more
because
people
I
can
had
see
a
it.
few on Wavy channel, so I needed to have some on the line then also.
I got a different platform, JJ.
Oh well, no, you can, okay. Well, what you can do, you still can share it to your Facebook, man. If you see in the right hand corner of are you on your computer?
Oh yeah. I can set a post. Hell yeah.
Yeah, do it like that. Everybody's up here. You know, start when we all go live. Start sharing it to your Facebook. That's people that's on the stage. That way, more people can see it.
No, I already shared this to my Facebook.
Okay, the live version or just the link? Because you can share like the live.
The link to the YouTube.
Yeah, I'm saying you can share like a live, like right now we live right now. People can see it live on your face.
Who live on Facebook?
We are. Karima sharing it live on her Facebook. I'm sharing it live on my Facebook, and then we on JJ7K TV. We on Lions Den. But I'm saying everybody they get the option now when you're on StreamYard. You look to the right, you'll see you can share it to a different destination. You can share it to Facebook as we live.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. But like I said, we've been on for like 3 hours, man. Anybody got any closing words?
Hey, everybody like, share, and subscribe. It's going down Saturday. Uncle JJ versus Misery. Uncle JJ getting back in that ring, man. It took a long time to make this happen, but we're making it happen. You know what I'm saying? Peace to all the elders. We venerate the ancestors around this bit. Peace to Aunt Karima. It's my first time meeting you, first time talking to you, first time seeing you. Peace, sister. Uncle JJ, man, let's keep it steady. We always get mad at Uncle JJ ethics, but at the end of the day, you know, you might just gotta pull him to the side and you'll realize, man, he thorough, man.
So, I appreciate that. Yeah, man. Hey, I hit that like, share, subscribe. The debate going down this Saturday. The most feared debater getting back in the ring. You seen what I did to my last 6-7 opponents. This ain't gonna be nothing. Ain't nothing gonna be no different. Gonna be the same. You hear me? Misery. I'm gonna make you miserable. You in some trouble, sir. You in some trouble. That's all I gotta tell you. But hey, we're gonna keep it respectful though. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it's not about who win or lose. As a matter of fact, we're not even having judges or a poll. We're just gonna debate it out. That's it. You know, because until we can figure out unless we figure out how to maybe AI could judge it or something. But we're gonna have to figure out this debate. I mean, this judging stuff. Other than that, man, I appreciate y'all. Silk, did you have any last words for tonight?
Silk got that white girl over there, man. She all on his mind.
All right, so the brother's busy. So since Kermit, let's go ahead and get up out of here with a song, you know. He gonna leave Silk alone. But yeah, man, appreciate it, man. Hey, if y'all missed the show earlier, go on JJ7K TV, and y'all can see how I had Jabari Osaze running from the Book of the Dead. Yeah.
How you doing, Uncle JJ?
One of them moments. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And now it's Creamer. Oh, there we go. All right, man. Peace, y'all.
I want you and that young man to tie that knot. I'm gonna pray for you. And I want you to hold on to God's unchanging hand, because he helped Joshua fight the battle of Jericho. Yeah.
It's the old
He helped Daniel get out the lion's den. He helped Gilligan get off the island.
Let me get straight to the business. Yeah. Got them lions in the building. Yeah. Why you lying to the children? Yeah. Why you lying to the children? Yeah. RIGHTEOUS. Man, you know I've been to bed. Man, they know contest. Yahuwah, he do the best. We will not see you tomorrow. Cause you cannot go to Thora. All the sons and all the daughters. Standing hard with big manodas. But my son, he made me Taurus. On that line, I'm still a Taurus. Karate kicking Chuck Norris, 4-5 on my waist. If he started, will not hesitate to get retarded. Oh lordy, he ain't got a PowerPoint, he farted. He's running to the hills like a Philistine. Jihad hitting Hamites with the guillotine. Situation turned up with the Ratchet team. JJ 7000 to debate me. Yeah, I know them haters gon' hate me, but he won't debate me. Pistol off safety. He respond, come wake me. If I don't get up, nigga shake me. If he don't show up, then he fake G. I touch down and make these nigga nuts hate me. Dear brother. Balling and crawling all the way from H-time. Let me get straight to the business. Man, them lions in the building. Why you lying to them children? Why you lying to them children? You gon' cry, you gon' get it. Me, I'm like a frog, nigga, ribbit. Of course, it's in the spirit. I just got the Porsche, she can steer it. Mito got the raw, Shaq and Willie. Lamborghini doors, you better not spill it. Mama's high, say I'm more than just a villain. Mama's cry, armed open wide for her children. Suicide, immortalized as the realest, yeah. Death by cop, black suicide. Let me get straight to the business. Got them lions in the building. Why you lying to them children? Yeah. Why you lying to them children? Yeah. RIGHTEOUS. Man, you know I've been there.
presence in the building. Get up. Yep. We out of here. Peace and blessings.